Good morning, everyone. I have a new mic today that I'm using, and I'm going to use it cold on the air, so I don't know how well this mic's gonna work on the radio. If you're new here, my name is Brian Craig. This is the most conservative, most pro-Donald Trump radio show anywhere. We're live on a whole bunch of radio stations in Morning Drive here in South Florida. It's our top of the hour break from 6 till 9 a.m. Eastern. And when we're on the radio, we live stream here on YouTube, taking calls from our radio listeners. And you guys on YouTube, you're welcome to call. The number's behind me. It's also in the description. 1-888-465-2631 is the number. And again, you're all welcome to call. 26. Oh yeah, it's hot. I could be wearing shorts right now. I'm just not. So, see, I'm not sure where this mic should be positioned by my mouth. So, we'll find out. So I'm not going to use that. I'm switching because this one covers my face so much. You guys can't see me. You're looking at the bar all the time. And I have two of these microphones at home. So I thought maybe this would look a little bit better. And it gives me more freedom. I can walk around more instead of being off mic. Yeah, this is, you'll see this a lot on sportscasters, especially for football. Hey, Switzerland. But it's a little weird because this becomes like a security blanket, having this mic around. So now that I'm free, it's very strange. Oh, you're hearing me on this mic. See? I've got a mic right here. See? This is for the radio. This is for YouTube. I've got two mics. Here we go. Yeah, it's very strange not having the mic in front of me. Steve loves the headset mics because the guy in the talk radio movie with Alec Baldwin and Eric Bogosian used one. Good morning, Ken. Oh, it's a beautiful warm day here in Florida. I'm wearing pants, but I could wear shorts if I wanted. In the car, okay. Here we go. And now. All right. Yes. Good morning, everyone. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. We're here live. It's Tuesday morning, February 9th. Yesterday we came on at 7. We didn't come on live at 6. And the reason that is the day after the Super Bowl is like a holiday, right? Everyone's hungover very hard. Not a lot of news going on. Very hard to do a show the day after. We usually take off the morning after the Super Bowl. We didn't this year because I had to take off last Monday for my dog's surgery. But we're here live today. And, you know, I'm using a different microphone today, which is a little strange. I'm using a headset microphone. And I'd forgotten I had this microphone. I had this in storage at home, and I thought I would try it. And I feel very strange because usually I have this microphone in front of my face with a microphone arm on it, and I'm using this headset microphone today. Steve loves these headset microphones, and I've never really used them too much. And it feels very awkward because the microphone in front of me with the microphone arm and everything is kind of almost like a security blanket. So it's just, I feel naked almost in a way because my arms are free. I don't have anything in front of my face, and I have this headset mic. So anyway, you can see it on YouTube. If you go on YouTube, you can see this new headset microphone I'm using. This is the kind of, you see a lot of sportscasters use, especially for football games, using the same headset. All right, hey guys, welcome. Well, there's a lot going on, a lot happening. The phony baloney sham kangaroo impeachment begins tomorrow. We're going to talk about that a lot today, and of course over the course of the next week. I mean, this is just outrageous what's going on here. President Trump did nothing wrong other than have a desire to want to make America great again. And to a lot of people, making America great again is not a good thing. People like Joe Biden don't like that, because the whole purpose of being in government is to sell out your high office to the highest bidder and make foreign deals and have out-of-balance trade deals and send your kids off and other family members to get deals going here with this country, with that company and everything else. And putting America first and making America great again, that's just not what America's about if you're in government before Trump. So that's his crime. But we'll talk a lot about that today, because what they're doing, there's a lot of craziness. And now, I will tell you this, here in Florida, we had the Super Bowl on Sunday, and we have a great, great governor here in Florida, Ron DeSantis, who is definitely the future of the MAGA movement. And I've been saying for a couple years now that he was being groomed by President Trump to either run for president or vice president, and he looks so presidential. And I was really enjoying the mainstream media yesterday and their coverage of the events in Florida. They were, Florida is the only place that could host the Super Bowl because we're open for business, right? We don't have a mask mandate. You can, businesses are all open in Florida, even bowling alleys. I drove by, there's a bowling alley down the street from Friendly Tire in Margate on Friday. I drove by the bowling alley in Margate. It was around noon, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and there were, I guess, league bowlers, retirees that are in bowling leagues during the week. They were walking in with their bowling balls and everything. It was absolutely amazing. And that's why we had it here. And I was listening to these left-wing lunatics on the media outlets yesterday, because, the national media was all in Tampa for the Super Bowl, and they were freaking out. I heard a little bit of Dana Perino's show on Fox yesterday morning when I got off the air. They were still in Tampa, and they're like, this isn't like New York. They were uncomfortable because walking around without a mask is like being naked. And I want to play a couple clips. One I played yesterday, but I want to play it again because there's some developments going on. There's a lady mayor up in Tampa. She's got to be a Democrat the way she's talking. So let me share this with you. First, I want to play this clip I played yesterday. This was CNN. They were at a sports bar. The CNN anchor is live. She's wearing not one but two masks. She's double masking it. And she's at a sports bar where there's a Super Bowl party going on, and people are without masks, and she just totally freaks out. Listen. Yesterday, but I want to... Mike sounds good.
That a lot of people are here, they're gathered, they're already cheering for their favorite team. Outside, so it's considered to be safer, and they are allowed to be here. They're only supposed to take their masks off while they're eating or drinking, but you can see quite a large crowd. Certainly not all in one single family or one single household that are...
See, CNN's very upset. By the way, I think this new mic sounds fantastic. I just turned the radio on when I was playing that audio. CNN, they're in a panic because people are associating that are not in the same family. They're not even in the same clan, and they're mingling and they don't have masks on. This is CNN.
But that is allowed here in the city of Tampa right now.
Yes.
Let me show you a scene from last night in an area called Ybor City. We have some video to show you. You can see on the streets of Ybor City this massive crowd. Again, not many of them wearing a mask. This is a very popular spot where people go to bars and restaurants. There were some police there, but we're unsure about citations. I spoke to the Tampa police and I asked them, what are you doing about this? Because a lot of people were very concerned. Apparently the dance floors were full, and that's...
Oh my gosh, people are dancing. CNN, what is CNN? They're like John Lithgow in Footloose. People are dancing. And she's talking to the police. What are you doing? There's people dancing, and they're freely associating with people that aren't in their families, and they're not wearing masks. She goes to the police. This is CNN. Wow. I never thought I would see a day when reporters in America were going to the police and ratting out fellow citizens. It's happening live on CNN. So, we had the Super Bowl because only Florida can do it, because we're the only place that's open. You can travel, all the businesses are open. And, when you're a mayor or on the city council of any city, your primary responsibility is making sure that there's business and revenue in that city. And if you're the mayor of Tampa, you should be just dancing up and down that it's back. Because while Florida is completely open, we don't have our tourists back. And the vast majority of the revenue in Florida, our economy, I don't know vast majority, but our economy certainly does depend on tourism. So while we've been open since July last year, we don't have our tourists back because people are not able to travel. They can't afford to travel because of the shutdowns and everything else. So you would think that the mayor of Tampa, let me see, make sure, I've got the soundbite here. The mayor of Tampa had a press conference yesterday. And what you would think is that she would be celebrating Governor Ron DeSantis, okay, because and Tampa's a big tourist town too. They have a theme park there, Busch Gardens, and it's about a 45-minute drive away from Walt Disney World and all those places, Tampa. So it's a big tourist place with no tourists because of COVID. So you would think the mayor of Tampa would have a press conference praising Governor DeSantis and celebrating that we got the Super Bowl, the economy, the businesses are booming here this week. This is awesome. And telling people, come to Florida next week too. We're still here and we're still open. Well, that's not the case because this mayor, I don't know her name. I don't know anything about her. But I know, except that she's got to be a Democrat talking like this. This is the Tampa mayor press conference yesterday after the Super Bowl.
Everyone knows that simply wearing a mask dramatically reduces the spread of COVID-19. And I'm proud to say that the majority of individuals that I saw out and about enjoying the festivities associated with the Super Bowl were complying. We're
complying, do as you're told, obey, comply, obey. Science tells us this.
Out and about enjoying the festivities associated with the Super Bowl were complying. We had tens of thousands of people all over the city. Downtown, out by the stadium, Ybor City, down here in Channelside, and very, very few incidents. So I'm proud.
And by the way, when she says incidents, an incident is a maskless person, even though we have no mask mandate in Florida because of our great Governor Ron DeSantis.
Down here in Channelside, and very, very few incidents. So I'm proud of our community, but those few bad actors will be identified.
Wow, bad actors will be the maskless. Bad actors used to be like terrorists, right? That's when I would hear about bad actors. Now bad actors is someone without a mask, and you will be identified. Yes, listen to this.
Very, very few incidents. So I'm proud of our community, but those few bad actors will be identified, and the Tampa Police Department will handle it.
Wow, wow. So the mayor of Tampa, instead of celebrating that tourism is back, the business is booming, the waitresses are getting tips, the restaurants are getting business. Tampa has more strip clubs than Las Vegas. The strip clubs are booming. The hotels are packed. She's talking about the police will identify you, obey, the science says this. Yeah, it's out of They Live, right, Rodney Piper, great movie.
So I'm proud of our community, but those few bad actors will be identified, and the Tampa Police Department will handle it. There just has to be that level of personal responsibility. You can supply everyone with a mask, advise them of the science behind it, and expect that they are going to abide by the mask order. Again, you're going to find a few that don't. The majority that I saw were wearing masks.
Yeah, but those that were not, you will be identified, and the Tampa police are coming for you. Oh, my goodness. You know this is a Democrat, this lady. Let me tell you something. You guys, and I know we got a lot of listeners in Tampa, okay? I got to tell you something. Tampa's a bad place. Tampa had a sheriff in Tampa. That county up there, is that Hillsborough County? What county is Tampa in? I want to say Hillsborough, but the county sheriff up in Tampa last year was looking to arrest a minister for having church services. I know, freedom of religion, except in Tampa last year. So it's a very liberal town. I don't know why it's so liberal, because that area of Florida is a little different. I'm in South Florida, which is very liberal. Tampa is Central Florida. And that's where all the good old boys live. I mean, when you get up into Central Florida, it's like the South of yesteryear, except Tampa. I would thought it would have been more conservative. This mayor's out of her mind, and let me tell you something. They should vote her out of office. I don't know if you guys in Tampa can recall a mayor. You should do it. This is outrageous. This is outrageous. You will be identified. You have not obeyed the scientist. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Very scary stuff. All right, listen, we'll take our first break of the day. It's Tuesday morning, February 9th, 2021. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. That's right. We'll be back. Again, our number 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631. We'll be back.
This is Dr. Mitchell Matez. I'm excited to announce that my practice has morphed into the
You should do it. This is outrageous.
This
is outrageous. You will be identified. You have not obeyed the scientist. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Very scary stuff. All right, listen, we'll take our first break of the day. It's Tuesday morning, February 9th, 2021. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. Sounds great. It does, yeah. I was just listening on the radio. I'm surprised.
Maybe there's a little less low end, but
yeah,
it sounds great.
Yeah.
And I wanted to share with you some thoughts about why I chose the Gardens of Boca Raton to be my.
Yeah, he was telling me because this new headset mic.
Uncomfortable with
Yeah, I think it sounds good. That's how long the delay was. I went back there to listen to myself on the radio so I could hear how the mic sounds, and that's how long we're on delay. The Steve Kane Show. Now, hold on. Yeah.
20 to get to me, and then another 20 to go to the transmitter.
Yeah, it's a long time. Steve Kane Show. Hey, hold on. Yeah, we're on a 40-second delay on the radio stations. The radio station, this studio here is like my own studio I use. The radio station control room's on the other side of the building. I'm on a 20-second delay from my studio to the radio station studio down the street, the control room, and then there's another 20-second delay from the radio station control room on the other side of the building to the transmitter. That's in case someone uses profanity. I can dump it, and if I miss it, the guy at the radio station gets it. All right, coming back.
561 or online at thegardens.com. Tell them Steve Kane sent you.
Listen to The Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for www.
All right, welcome back, everyone. My name is Brian. It's 20 minutes after 6. I was listening during the break and on the radio. This new mic sounds fantastic. You guys let me know what you think when you call in. If you're listening on the radio, if you're listening on YouTube, it won't matter. But if you're listening on the radio or the iHeartRadio app or the TuneIn app, if you're listening anywhere but YouTube, you're hearing me on the new microphone I'm using. So I would definitely appreciate your feedback on how this new mic is doing, because I love it. I've got freedom, and I can move around and not be off mic. Anyway, let's go to the phones. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name?
Garrett from Palm Beach Gardens.
You sure? You had to think about that. You sure you're in Palm Beach? Are you on the road driving and you're just... Okay.
It's still early.
Okay.
I'm calling on Twitter this morning. There's pictures of the mayor sitting in her lovely box at Tampa Stadium with no mask on.
Come on.
Will rest herself.
Is she going to have the police haul her in?
I hope so.
I wonder, did she pay for those tickets or were they comp? Super Bowl tickets are expensive.
They're probably comp, but I'm sure that she's sitting right there, maskless. Right.
Wow. She's a low-life Democrat. That's what she is.
That's true too. But anyway, I just thought I'd give you a call. It's out on Twitter this morning. They have her picture sitting there.
Yeah, you know, they went after Governor DeSantis. They got a picture of him on that they tried to shame him with. He was sitting in a box too. It might have been the same box, and he had his mask off. Yeah, he had his mask off, and they went and attacked Ron DeSantis, the governor, and the governor said, "How else am I supposed to drink a beer? I can't drink a beer with my mask on."
How can I drink a beer?
That's right.
Love the guy.
Yeah, I love Ron DeSantis.
He's a drop plum.
All right. Take care. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, have a good one.
All right, take care. All right, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. Good morning. You're on the air.
Hi, this is Jake, Pennsylvania.
Hey, Jake. What's up?
Hi, I was giving the call. I heard what you were saying about the mask. You know, and this guy, you know, saying about how they're gonna get the cops in there.
It's literally, I mean, as bizarre as this sounds, it is literally the mask police.
Isn't it sad? I was just, listen, I was at, it was my birthday yesterday.
Oh, happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you. I went out, I'm a frequent listener, by the way. I love this show. I call in a lot. Anyway, I was at Wawa, and I'm in Pennsylvania. You know, we have a Wawa. It's the one of our.
We have Wawa in Florida too. We have Wawa in Florida. It's only been here a couple years, but Wawa's awesome.
They have a sign in there that says mask requirement. You have to wear a mask. Okay, so I've been in there multiple times, and I've had two occurrences now. One with an employee, and one with an actual customer who was there. The employee told me basically we'll have to make you leave if you don't wear a mask, and then the manager came up, let him know basically you can't make him wear a mask. And then today, or yesterday on my birthday, I went in there and I was getting some drinks, some energy drinks for my drinks for the night to enjoy for my night of my birthday, and this guy comes across and he says about and you know, about this and that, and you know, he basically wanted to get, you know, pretty physical with me and talk down on me for not wearing a mask.
Yeah, some people get crazy. Some people get crazy with the mask. Well, you're in Pennsylvania, man, and in Florida, we have no mask mandate whatsoever. You can go around naked.
It's just so sad, honestly. I feel like we're getting closer to a freaking camp, locking us all away. We don't have any more.
Well, what it's about, you know, what a lot of it is about at this point, because Florida, you see, we had the Super Bowl because only Florida can, because we're the only place that's open for business fully, and Governor DeSantis brought it down here. I mean, there may be some place up north, but they got the snow and all that business. We've got the wonderful weather. So, you know, you look at our numbers, you look at California, we are the second most populous state right now. We are second in population only to California. We have more people in Florida than New York, and we're fine. You know, we're fine, and we've been open. And what a lot of this is about is control. Anytime the government, when this first started last year, it was scary time, you know, and all that stuff. But you know, I said then on the air, once these Democrats, once the government takes liberty away from you, takes freedom away from you, they're not going to give it back. And look, California, Michigan, Pennsylvania, they don't want to give people their freedom back. These government officials, especially the Democrats, they love it. They love having control over you.
You're so right, brother. And guess what? By the way, I wanted to mention about your microphone. I think it sounds awesome, by the way.
Well, if you're watching on YouTube, you're not listening to me on my new microphone. I have a different microphone for the YouTube. So if you're listening anywhere but YouTube, you're hearing me on the new mic. But if you're on YouTube, you're not hearing me on the new mic. But I'm glad you think I sound great.
Can I hear you on the...
On the phone is the new mic. Yes, if you're on the phone, it's the new mic.
I'm on the phone right now. Personally, I have a cousin, by the way, who is in Florida, and he is completely on the Democratic side.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I know. It really split up the family. But anyway, you know, he agrees on the mask. He thinks it's insane. He thinks that it's normal and that you shouldn't have.
You know, things are so open in Florida. Last night, I went out with my daughter to run in some errands, and we went to It's Sugar. You know that? Do you have that? You know that candy store, It's Sugar? They're all over the place.
Seen that. I'll look that.
Oh yeah, it's those candy stores where they have the bins of candy that you take a little plastic shovel and you fill up a bag and they charge you by the weight. It's open. Everything is open in Florida, and it's great. Hey, listen, Pennsylvania, thank you for your call. Good morning. You're on the radio.
Hey, it's Mike from Boca.
Hey, Mike.
Your microphone does sound much better.
It sounds better, really.
I want to talk about Bowl Sunday. I did not watch the Super Bowl, but I realized that before the Super Bowl, Joe Biden had an interview with CBS. Did you catch any of that?
I've seen clips of a couple of interviews with him for the past few days. I don't know if it is the one you're talking about. What did he say?
Well, it's not what he said. It's how they presented it. So on Sunday, he had a sit down with CBS with a woman.
Yeah, that O'Donnell. Yeah, I know who she is. That O'Donnell chick. Nora O'Donnell.
I watched. There was some clips on social media. So I said, well, let me just watch and see what he had to say real quick. There's a 30-second clip, and I listened to it, but I realized, I said, man, 30 seconds. And there was no mistakes. There was no double talk or or it was perfect English. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty good. He really must have got a lot of sleep for this. And I didn't think anything of it, but I watched Finn's show last night, and he pointed out that, and you talked about this before, the whole interview was extremely chopped and edited.
Yeah.
Over the years, because you're a professional, you know about edits and cutting and all that stuff. Well, and it's most of the time it's normal. But
well, I did say, okay, you're talking about the Nora O'Donnell interview, and I have seen that. I have not seen it in its entirety. I've seen clips of it on Twitter of Biden. This is the one where he talked about how Trump doesn't need to have a security clearance, which is dangerous and absurd. But the security briefings, and I'll tell you something. That interview was such powder puff questions. It was like an Oprah Winfrey celebrity interview. And if I were interviewing Joe Biden, Hunter is basically living at the White House now, probably because he wants to keep an eye on him. And if I were interviewing Joe Biden, one of my first questions would be, can you assure the American people that your son, with his history of addiction, has not done and will not do illegal drugs inside the White House? That would be one question I would ask. And I think that's a legitimate question.
If you're doing the White House on his death, you do tomorrow.
Yeah, and why is your adult son living at the White House? Are you worried because of his past history of addiction issues that you're trying to keep a close eye on him? See, he can't leave without Joe, or I guess Dr. Jill, approving of it. Hunter, he's keeping Hunter very close. We didn't see Hunter for a long time. And now he's been, Dad's keeping him close.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you get a chance, watch it and watch the edits. I didn't see them, but Stenshaw pointed them out, and I was like, wow.
Oh yeah, and what I'd be curious about is, that the editing of the Biden interview. Did they do multiple takes on certain questions and answers? Like, was he in the middle of an answer and it didn't work out, so they had to redo the answer? You understand what I mean?
Yeah, if you watch it, yes, he said they did that, and there's a lot of tight shots of her, and then when they talk to him, there's a tight shot. He said it's really, really bad.
Yeah.
So, you need to watch it.
No, I take his word for it. Hey, listen, Mike and Boca, thanks for the call. All right, listen, if you're on hold, don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break, come back with more of your calls. Our number 1-888-GO-CANE 1-888-465-2631. Biden's talking about taking the national security briefings away from President Trump, which is petty and very dangerous, and I'll tell you why after the break, all right? Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
This is Steve Kane for Attorney Barry.
Let me see. See, I'm still talking to Mike. This is the radio.
Yeah. don't think you need to watch it.
No, I take his word for it. Hey, listen, Mike and Boca, thanks for the call. All right, listen, if you're on hold, don't go anywhere. Yeah, this mic's better than the one I've been using. That's awesome. Hey, listen, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe, all right? Click that notification bell, too.
I called Barry's office because I had a question. I let the secretary know. So, look, I'm calling from South Carolina. I know the laws are different, and I'm just asking for information for my sister. Now, you know, most people would just blow you off, right? You know, almost immediately, within a few minutes, Barry himself called me. I asked questions and so on, and he answered. He was very patient. I was quite a while with him, and talked about a lot of things, you know, and this and that. But I wanted to say, you know, character, integrity, these are the most important things with sponsors, and all of your sponsors, because I've dealt with a lot of them, they all have that you can trust them, and you know you're getting a fair shake.
Do what Ray did. Call Attorney
Here we go.
Barry
Coming back.
right now. Toll free 1-855-FLA-3782. That's 1-855 toll free FLA-3782. Tell them Steve sent you.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WW.
All right, we are back 33 minutes after the hour. I was just listening again during the break. This new mic sounds awesome. I think it sounds better. I hardly recognize my own voice with this new microphone I'm using. Oh my God. Well, I bought some new cables too, so maybe it could be the microphone cables. I bought some new cables. I don't know. Hey, listen, guys, welcome back. I'm Brian. This is Florida's longest running radio show, the Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. So Biden, in this interview, the interview of many edits, talked about taking away the national security briefings from President Trump. All former presidents receive the same briefing that the sitting presidents receive. In fact, not just the presidents, former secretaries of state and other officials do. And there's a reason for that, because at any particular moment in time, they could be called upon in the future for advice. And I know Biden said, "Oh, Trump, he doesn't need it. He'll blow secrets, you know." President Trump is one of 3 American citizens. There are only 3 American citizens that personally know Kim Jong-un and his creepy sister, that a lot of people think is hot. Anyone? I don't know why people think Kim Jong-un's creepy sister is attractive. She is a terrible person. But anyway, the 3 people that personally know Kim Jong-un are President Trump, Mike Pompeo, and Dennis Rodman. In fact, I think Dennis Rodman brokered the first meeting, maybe even the second one, between President Trump and Kim Jong-un. North Korea, without a question, in my mind, will be a problem in the future, right? It's going to be a problem for many years to come. And when Kim Jong-un does something or says something, President Trump is a great person to go to in private if you are a current president in the future. You know Kim Jong-un personally. You've met with him in person twice. Does it sound like he means business? You know, you can get all kinds of opinions. And those daily security briefings that former presidents get are important for that, so they have context into what advice they may give into the future. But this is part of the pettiness to banish MAGA from our society, which of course is the main purpose of this phony impeachment trial, a trial without a judge. No judge would head up that trial, so they had to make one of the jurors the judge. Yeah, that sounds like America. Good morning, you're on the air. What's your name?
Good morning, Michigander.
Hey, Michigander.
Hey, what's up? I'm so glad we're talking politics this morning. But anyway, I was going to ask you real quick before
Yeah.
Hey, on that soundbite, was that Aaron Burnett by chance?
Which one? The one from CNN? No, it wasn't. It wasn't Aaron Burnett, but it was. I don't know who it was. She had 2 masks on. I couldn't see her face, so I'm not exactly sure who it was. Tell you the truth.
A real stick in the mud, but anybody who goes into a bar should know that.
Columbus, Ohio, my hometown. Hey guys.
I don't know much about Florida. I vacation there, but up here in Michigan, we've been on lockdown for like a year.
Yeah.
So yeah, we don't have like well, we're not mandated to wear a mask, but you can't even go into like up here, like a Walmart.
Can you get your hair cut? Can you get haircuts in Michigan?
Yeah, we can do that now, but for like the last 2 weeks, I got my first haircut, and I donated 14 inches to Lex.
Wait a minute. 2 weeks ago was the first time you could get a haircut in Michigan?
Well,
that can't be because I've seen who's the governor up there? Gretchen Kim Jong-un up there. I've seen her on TV many times, and she's obviously been having her hair styled throughout the entire pandemic. So you may not have been able to go to the hair salon, but your governor has been.
Down. So that's been for a while.
Yeah, she's like Nancy Pelosi. You know, let them eat cake. The rules don't apply to the ruling elite.
Yeah, I can't stand Gretchen, but I was gonna. The reason I called, I was gonna tell you. You said, because I don't know a lot about Ron DeSantis, but I think that Marjorie Taylor Greene is gonna be the leader of the MAGA movement, and I'm gonna be the first faithful follower.
I don't think so. She's gonna be a vocal person in the future MAGA movement. But she is she's a low-ranking person in the House of Representatives. Ron DeSantis isn't just the governor of Florida. He was in Congress for a while, and now he's the governor of Florida, and he has the personal backing and endorsement of President Trump. So he's higher up in the order of things in the MAGA movement. She's a newbie, and she's not. I love Marjorie Taylor Greene, by the way. I'm a big supporter of hers. But she's not quite polished yet. She needs a little more experience before she moves up through the ranks because she's got. I mean, you watch Ron DeSantis. They go after Ron DeSantis. He has a clever response to everything the liberal media throw at him. Marjorie Taylor Greene just needs a little more experience with that.
Gave an awesome interview on Greg Kelly last night.
Mm-hmm.
You ever check that out?
No, I didn't see Greg Kelly last night. Who I understand Greg Kelly spent the weekend with the president.
Yeah, Mar-a-Lago. They were golfing together.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why they didn't ask me to be the caddy. I would have driven the golf cart and been the caddy.
And real quick, I did see that interview on Stitchfield too with the Nora Jones, and you could.
No, Nora Jones is the no. Nora Jones is the coffee house singer from the '90s. You're talking about Nora O'Donnell.
Oh, Nora O'Donnell. Excuse me. That's like Nora Jones, stupid. Yeah, Nora O'Donnell from CBS. Yes. That interview was definitely edited and clipped together.
Yeah, because he can't do a straight interview of any length.
There's no way that he could have done one. I mean, he actually looked intelligent for a half a second.
Oh, please. You know, when Biden did his Super Bowl open, it was the most depressing. He could hardly speak, and then he wear mask. COVID is with us. Obey the science. You know, it was so depressing. Talk about bringing America down before the Super Bowl. Oh my goodness.
That's what I heard. But yeah, I already got a lot of really good info on your show this morning. I had a lot more questions, but
that's okay. That's good. Well, hey, listen, Michigander, thanks for calling. We'll talk next time. All right, our number 1-888-GO-CANE 1-888-465-2631. I wasn't going to play this, but I'm going to play this, okay? And I'm going to ask you your opinion, okay? Biden and Kamala did a Zoom with one of these frontline healthcare workers that they're always honoring. And a lot of people think that Biden was hitting on her. The one he asked her is, "You look like a freshman." I'm going to play this for you. I want to hear you guys on the phone. Give me a call on this. 1-888-GO-CANE 1-888-465-2631. Is Joe Biden hitting on this healthcare worker, this frontline worker? Let me play this for you. This is it.
Are you a freshman at the university?
No.
You look freshman.
Okay, and let me go back.
Are you a freshman at the university?
No.
You look like a freshman.
What thank you.
No, thank you for what you're doing.
Yeah. Now, is Biden being his old sleazy self, or was he just being polite? Was he hitting on her? Was he coming on to her? And 1-888-GO-CANE-1, and I'll tell you, it was a Zoom call. So it reminded me of Airplane. You ever seen a grown man naked? Remember that? I thought he was going to ask her that. Is this creepy? Was Biden being creepy there? And if you've seen the video, it's all over the Twitter. I think I might have tweeted this morning. Brian Craig Show on the Twitter. It's a split screen. On the right, the whole right side of the screen is the girl wearing the mask, and on the left, it's Biden, and below him is a little picture of Kamala. They're on like a Zoom call, and Kamala looks very uncomfortable when this is going on. So is Biden coming on to her? Is he flirting with her? Is he being creepy with her?
Are you a freshman at the university?
No.
You look like a freshman.
You ever seen a grown man naked? Yeah. Oh my goodness, what a sleazy guy. He can't help himself. Oh man. Yeah, that's Biden. So anyway, is he being creepy with her? Is he flirting with her? Is he coming on to her? And if you've seen the video, does Kamala look uncomfortable during all of this? Yeah, that's pretty sleazy. Can you imagine? What a sleazeball. The masks, though, women wearing masks does hide a lot. You know? Because I've been out and about, and I'll see someone take a mask off. Whoa! You take a jump back when they take their mask off every once in a while. But I think my opinion is Biden was coming on to her, flirting with her, being sleazy and creepy with her, as he always is, because he cannot help himself. Now, the great Mike Lindell, the inventor of the MyPillow, which I sleep with each and every night. I'm sleeping with Mike Lindell's inventions. My whole house is a big MyPillow. My wife and I and my daughter, we all have the MyPillows that we sleep on each and every night. We have the MyPillow sheets. We have the MyPillow pet bed. We have the MyPillow bathrobes. And, Mike Lindell and MyPillow, they need you and your support. And there's no better way that you can support Mike Lindell and everything he stands for than going to MyPillow and buying these incredible MyPillow products. And when you use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout, there's all kinds of great deals that you will find there. 30% off the MyPillow weighted blanket, which is absolutely amazing. If you're not familiar with weighted blankets, the purpose of a weighted blanket, there's a little weight to it, but they're very comfortable. And this MyPillow weighted blanket is very high quality. And it stops your body from twisting and turning throughout the night. It's great if you're one of those tossers and turners. It's also great for anxiety sufferers. And every time you toss and turn your body at night, even though you may not be consciously aware of it, you're waking yourself up. And that's like having sleep apnea. And between the weighted blanket and the MyPillow under your head, you will have the most rested, comfortable night's sleep you've ever had. There's a lot, any special you see at MyPillow.com you can take advantage of with the promo code KANE. And you out-of-town listeners, it's a great way not just to support MyPillow, but to support this program, because I know some of you around America, even in other countries. And I heard from a listener in the UK who was using the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, to buy some MyPillows. It's a great way for those of you that are out of town to support this program. There's something new here that I've just seen. It's new to me. These are awesome. The MyPillow Children's Bible Story Pillows. Save 50% off the MyPillow Children's Bible Story Pillows when you use the promo code KANE at checkout. And each pillow has an image that's a different story from the Bible. And there's many other great specials there as well. In fact, there's a pop-up screen to save another $10 off whatever special you see. The classic MyPillow, $34.98, and with that extra, when you use the promo code KANE, and with that extra $10 off, $24.98, you get a MyPillow. That's wild. And my MyPillow I've had for over 2 years, and it's just like the day that it arrived. They come with a 10-year warranty. I wash it, I dry it. When we wash our sheets, and it is like brand new. It holds It holds its shape. It holds everything that comes with it. That patented fill is amazing. So go to MyPillow.com, use the promo code Kane, and take advantage of all these great deals. We'll be right back.
Steve Kane radio listeners love Champagne Automotive Repair in Boca.
I went over to Champagne Automotive, and I got to say that this man is the most fair mechanic I have dealt with in my entire life. We took a car over there that was not being used yet. You know, it belonged to my 90-year-old dad. Everybody I had taken it to before was charging an astronomical amount of money. But when we took it over there, Eddie took a look at it, and I got to say that this man fixed the car, running like a charm. Anybody that needs a mechanic, I strongly recommend Eddie, and he is just the best thing that's happened to this family as far as car maintenance goes. It's fixed. Bottom line, it's fixed, and the price was right.
Champagne Automotive Repair in Boca will never do a repair on your car that your car doesn't need. And their prices are low. Champagne Automotive Repair in Boca. Give them a call. 561-245-8101. 561-245-8101. Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWN.
All right, 48 minutes after the hour, I'm Brian. This is the Steve Kane Show. My daughter's car right now as we speak is over at Champagne Auto in Boca, awaiting repairs. I had my daughter's car towed in late yesterday, and they're going to take a look and start working on it today, and I'll give you an update later in the week, but my daughter's got some serious issues with her car, but luckily we found Champagne Automotive Repair. They take very good care of not just us, but everyone who walks over to their shop, and their prices are so reasonable. They will never do a repair on your vehicle that your vehicle does not need. And when I drop off one of the family cars over at Champagne Automotive, it's like stress-free. I'm not even worried. Usually you drop your car off at an auto shop, oh man, the price, they're going to tell me I need everything under the hood done. Not Champagne Automotive Repair, but I'll keep you updated on my daughter's car later in the week when she picks it up and drives it around and tells me what's going on. So tomorrow, Wednesday, is the first day of this phony impeachment trial of the president, of President Trump. You know, I don't know what else to call it. Everyone's calling it the impeachment trial. How can you have a trial without a judge? When the judge, which in an impeachment instance is the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States, won't preside over the case, you would think they would find some other federal judge to plug in there. They couldn't find a single judge to plug in there who would be the judge of this impeachment trial. Why? Because it's illegal. It's an illegal trial. And what they did is they got Patrick Leahy, who's a member of the jury, as a member of the Senate. They took a member of the jury, said, you're the judge. And Leahy in particular is an interesting pick because he's as old as the hills, and his career and everything is over. So they found some guy that's on his way to retirement that has nothing to lose, and they made him the judge. It's unbelievable, isn't it? You know, and so I hate calling it an impeachment trial, but I really don't know what else to call it other than an impeachment trial. But it's not a trial because they can't get a judge. It's an illegal event. So the trial is going to start tomorrow, Wednesday, and the first couple days are going to be both sides arguing the constitutionality of this trial that they're having without a judge of a former president of the United States, which the United States Senate does not have the authority to do. It's true. They do not have the authority to try a former president, but they're going to do it anyway. So it's going to be 36 hours of arguments between both sides. Of course, the Trump side is going to tell us that it's not constitutional, but the verdict has already been known in advance. Everything that the senators will vote on has already been decided. The sellout Republicans that'll join Mitt Romney to convict President Trump have already decided. It's all a show. They already know how they're going to vote when it gets down to it. You know, it's no judge, no trial. The verdict, the jury has already made up its mind. This jury should be dismissed. You cannot have a trial without a judge. But anyway, what the Trump team are planning on doing is amazing. Now, these low-life Democrats are going to show the Capitol breach and all the footage we've seen, and there's a lot of it, and it's shocking. And that Capitol breach was wrong, and those who did it belong in jail. There are different levels of crime that were committed. some people did more crime than others, okay? But the people that went into that building are criminals. The breach was wrong, and I very much want to see a true investigation as to what happened. But the media aren't even interested in that. The government's not interested in that. We've gotten very little information as to what happened. How did it happen? Who first went in? Who first broke through the security barricades? Who first walked through the doors? There's cameras on everything. Not just this. Most what we've seen, I think all that we've seen really, are the cameras from people's cell phones that were filming everything. Some were live streaming, some were recording and put it on social media later. Some of their phones have been confiscated, of course, and the footage has been taken from those. I haven't seen any footage from the Capitol cameras, and the Capitol building has cameras everywhere, everywhere. There's not 1 centimeter that's not covered by a camera. So who were the first to break through the doors? We have no idea. Have you seen that footage? No. And I very much want to see all that. I want to know everything that happened. I don't care who was behind it. If it was MAGA people or not, I want to know. Because that's wrong, and the people that did it need to be brought to justice. But we need to know how something so terrible happened. And no one's interested in doing that because this Trump derangement syndrome, they're suffering with that. And the purpose of the impeachment trial is to try to forbid him from holding federal office in the future. But anyway, they're going to show, the Democrats are going to show all this shocking footage we've seen of the breach itself. And it is shocking. I don't like watching it. It's disturbing. It's hard to believe it's real. It looks like something out of a movie. What President Trump's team are planning on doing, and I don't think the Senate's going to let them do this, but what President Trump's defense team are planning on doing is showing footage of Antifa and Black Lives Matter violence. And I imagine show how people like Kamala Harris and others not only excused it, but set up the bail funds for those that were committing the violence, who were doing the looting and doing the damage. Which I don't know how productive that is. That's the you're another fallacy. You know, you're another. It doesn't make it right. Maybe it's not exactly that, but I would rather Trump's. Now, President Trump knows what he's doing, and he's been meeting with these people at Mar-a-Lago. So, you know, I'll trust the judgment of President Trump. Always trust in the judgment of President Trump because he is always right. But I would rather see President Trump's legal defense team show us what really happened. Right? Was this a spontaneous event or was it organized? Were there ringleaders that were hurting people in through the security barricades, over them and through the doors? I don't know, but that's what I want to see. I do know this. President Trump had nothing to do with it. You know, I was talking to a caller on yesterday's show. CNN had an entire special on the breach the weekend after. It's very disturbing. If you can find it, you should watch it. Even though it's CNN, you get to see a lot of things that went on inside. But CNN was pointing out how President Trump and Mayor Giuliani were making very trivial phone calls to different members of Congress during the beginnings of the breach, which indicates that at the White House they did not know what was going on right away. And I don't think many people did. Okay? And as soon, like that tweet of when he called Pence a coward, as soon as President Trump was briefed and knew what was going on inside the Capitol, he told people to cut it out and leave. So, you know, if they want to blame him for it, they need to provide some evidence. I mean, you know, if he was responsible for that, there had to be meetings. People had to discuss it. There had to be others in the meetings. And they're not producing any of that. No, today's not Wednesday. Today's Tuesday. The trial starts tomorrow, Wednesday. The impeachment trial starts tomorrow, not today. It starts tomorrow, Wednesday. And I'll be watching it. You'll be watching it. You need to watch it. You know, if you can watch the impeachment trial, it's important because what the media are going to do is they're going to edit the portions that best benefit them, that portray Trump in a negative light. And what you see in the highlight reels on television will be what the media want you to see. It's best to see it raw and unedited, if you can. That's the best way to watch it. Don't let them tell you what happened. See it for yourself, because they all hate Trump, including Fox News Channel. All right, now, in the next hour, I've got some more audio sound bites I'm going to get to. Our number 1-888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631. And I'm going to replay some of the ones that I played in the first hour, too, because I want to hear your comments on it, including this low-life Tampa mayor that I played at the top of the show. All right, our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631. Now, January 2022, which is less than a year away, we have scheduled our next Steve Kane Radio Show listener cruise, and this one's very exciting. We're leaving on Friday, January 21st. This is our longest cruise we've ever done. It's a 9-day cruise, leaving out of Fort Lauderdale on the newly remodeled and refitted Celebrity Equinox. The Celebrity Equinox, we took a cruise on the Equinox a couple years back. Since then, it has been dry docked, completely refitted, remodeled, redone, and updated inside and out, and that includes all the staterooms. And we leave out of Fort Lauderdale. We're heading down to Aruba. We're going to Bonaire. We're going to the Cayman Islands. And some other stops as well. And yesterday I was talking to our travel agent, Ian, from Cruise and Travel Depot, and we're planning our excursions. And one thing we're going to do when we get to Grand Cayman is, they have that beautiful 7-mile beach in Grand Cayman, and the weather in January is going to be just beautiful, perfect weather. We're planning a beach party at one of the beach clubs on the 7-mile beach in the Cayman Islands, on Grand Cayman Island. And we're gonna we got a few places in mind, but it's going to be a beach party with our group. They have like a tiki bar there, so there'll be drinks, there'll be food, there'll be beach activities, and all of us. And it's going to be a big MAGA party on the 7-mile beach. All of you are invited except Al the John. Okay, Liberal Al is not invited, but the rest of you are. We have over 100 people have made reservations already to join us on this cruise. It's January of 2022, which means you got a lot of time to pay for it, but it's less than a year away. And because of the no sail order, cruising hasn't resumed yet, but it will soon. And the ships are booking at a reduced capacity for the expectation of whatever COVID restrictions will be in place when cruising starts. When the cruising actually starts again, when the ships are back at sea, what cabins are left are going to disappear. Okay, so you want to call Ian at Cruise and Travel Depot. You want to call him. Today and lock in your reservation. His number 561-244-5779. 561-244-5779. Some people are telling me the trial's starting today of President Trump. My understanding, and I'm open to be corrected on this, is that what's starting today is mostly procedural crap. That the real trial will begin tomorrow. But hey, listen, I could be wrong. You guys call me on the air and correct my record. I'm fine with that. I don't mind. 1-888-465-2631. We'll take our break for the top of the hour. Come back with your calls right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Got you covered. AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
If you suffer with diabetes, did you know there's a 25% chance that you will develop a foot ulcer at some point in your life? And foot ulcers, when you have diabetes, can lead to severe health consequences up to and including amputation. Now, Medicare recognizes the importance of preventative foot care and has provided coverage for those of you who are at-risk patients. I want to introduce you to my good friends at the Soul Authority. At the Soul Authority, at little or no cost, you can receive your very own pair of therapeutic shoes made specially for diabetics. You're probably not aware, but as a diabetic Medicare recipient, you are entitled to one pair of high-quality diabetic shoes with 3 custom inserts per year. These are not the ugly
Steve Kane Show.
Frankenstein shoes. These are name brand shoes.
Hold on.
They're stylish. They'll provide you with the extra width and extra depth to stop diabetic foot problems before they begin. Oftentimes, amputation due to diabetes is preventable, and one of the preventable measures that is most effective is wearing the
Well, thank you, Elizabeth.
Call the Soul
If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, all right?
954-597-7060 or online at thesouleauthority.com. That's THESOLE authority.com. Tell them Steve Kane sent you.
The Steve Kane Show is brought
We're
to you
coming
by
back.
Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate.
Hey, Sarah.
Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll-free 1-855-FLA-3782.
You are listening to South Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. To call the show toll-free, dial 1-888-GO-KANE-1. That's 1-888-GO-KANE-1. And now.
All right, 3 minutes. 3 minutes after the hour. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. Welcome back. Hour number 2 has begun. It's Tuesday. Okay, now there's some confusion with the start of the impeachment trial. What's happening today, now this is my understanding of what's happening today, that it's, I said procedural crap, and that's exactly what it is. What I believe is beginning today, and I stand to be corrected, I don't mind. I've been wrong many times. I'll be wrong many times again. Is that what they're doing now is, starting today, is just arguing each side the constitutionality of having the trial. That's not the actual trial. When I mean trial, I mean is when they start presenting evidence, so-called evidence, okay? This is just like motions almost today, and it'll be long-winded and boring constitutional arguments. That's my understanding. If I'm wrong, that's cool. 1-888-GO-KANE-1. I don't know everything. You're on the radio. Good morning.
How you doing, Brian?
Okay. How are you?
This is Lester. Yeah, you're right. The trial does start tomorrow, but today they got it starts today at 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I was watching something on my news channel last night on TV. They arrested a lady in Ohio. She's 55 years old, was in a store with no mask.
Oh my gosh, she was in a store with no mask and they arrested her. Holy smokes. Was she robbing the store?
No, she was in there.
Oh, she was in there to make purchases, and she was arrested for making purchases in the store.
They called the sheriff's office. They arrested her. They got on 3 counts. Passing and resisting arrest, and she wouldn't show her ID.
I'll tell you, it's a strange thing about the mask. When the mask thing first started last year, and I went to the bank, and I was in the lobby for the bank, and we don't have a mask mandate right now in Florida, but individual businesses require it. Okay, so this was last year at the height of the pandemic, but the bank was open. I'm in line in the bank, and there's a long line of people, and we're all wearing masks. And a guy came in without a mask, and the armed security guard kicked him out. And it was so strange to me. I made a YouTube video about it at the time, because just the month before, the security guard would be stopping the guy that came in with the mask, because if you go into a bank with a mask, you know what people are thinking. Now the bad guys don't wear masks, and the good guys wear them. It's so strange.
Well, they've got orders of that mandate everybody to wear a mask in Ohio, and she didn't wear one in the store.
Oh my goodness, she didn't wear one in the store. I could understand them calling the police if she was going to rob the store.
No, they got her for trespassing.
Yeah, I heard you. Trespassing, didn't show her ID, resisting arrest, yeah.
Right. She was in the back of that car parked cup.
When did you see the video of this at all? Because I haven't heard about this. Have you seen video?
Yeah, it was on TV.
It was on television. Okay, so what were the police officers like? Were they rude to her, or were the police officers reluctant to arrest someone for not wearing a mask? What was the tone of the cops?
She started all kind of stuff when she got in the car.
Oh, I see. I would think police officers really don't like being turned into the mask police.
Well, they mandated Ohio, everybody.
Yeah. All right. Hey, listen, Lester. Take care. Yeah. I want to play some. If you're on hold, stand by. I'll get to your calls in a moment. I want to play a couple things here. We had the Super Bowl here, and this is and I was watching some of the television coverage yesterday, and all the New York media were in Florida, for the Super Bowl in Tampa over the weekend, and a lot of them were still here on Monday broadcasting from Florida, and they were just having meltdowns over the way things are in Florida, where people are not required to wear masks and everything. And our great governor, Ron DeSantis, gave an interview. This was on Fox. Listen, this is Governor DeSantis.
Well, you look around the country, and they still are debating whether schools should be open. We've had schools open the whole year. They talk about whether businesses should be open. Every business in Florida has a right to operate. They talk about all these people unemployed. In Florida, every single person has a right to earn a living. And our unemployment rate is lower than the national average. Even though we're so tourism dependent, that market hasn't recovered at all. Our COVID, though, we have less COVID mortality per capita than the national average. 25 states are higher. So the lockdowns don't work on their own, but they cause catastrophic damage to society. So what we've been able to do is other states have tried to lock people down. We've tried to lift people up. And I'll tell you, every time I go out, someone will come up to me and say, my kid wasn't doing well, thank you for getting him back in school. Or my business would have failed, thank you for saving us. Or I would have lost my job. Those effects are going to make this state so strong going forward. And I think had we tried a different course that has not worked in other places, I think it takes years and years to be able to recover from the damage.
Okay, now that's our great governor, Ron DeSantis, here in Florida. And, he brought the Super Bowl here. And he's also reached out to the Olympics and told them that they can have the Summer Olympics here in Florida because you can do these things in Florida. And of course, I'm sure they're left wing and aren't going to. They'd rather cancel the Olympics than have a Republican host the Olympics, here in Florida. But that would be wonderful. I wish that he could pull that off. I'd like to go see an just one event. I don't care if it's water polo or synchronized swimming. I'd like to see one real Olympic event in person. Would be a cool thing to do. But anyway, most of this country is still shut down. And the reason the Super Bowl was here, because only Florida could do it. We've got the weather and we're open for business when so much of the country is not. And I played this clip at the start of the show in the first hour, but I want to play it again. This low-life Democrat mayor in Tampa. This is a real low-life. A mayor, Florida's economy is dependent on tourism, big tourism state, especially the Tampa area. Tampa, where the Super Bowl was, is about a 45 to 50-minute drive from Disney World. They have a theme park there, Busch Gardens in Orlando, which is a big roller coaster park. And it's also a big convention town. And I've been to so many conventions for different things in Tampa when I was younger. Oh, man. And everything's shut down. Super Bowl comes to town. They are booming. The bars are open. The hotels are packed. It's amazing what's going on in Tampa. And a mayor of a city's main concern is keeping the economy of that city that they're mayor of booming. And it's been a struggle because of COVID restrictions. Again, this mayor of Tampa, I don't know her name. I don't know anything about her, but I can tell by the way she's talking that she's a Democrat. This is the mayor of Tampa after the Super Bowl boom. It just generated, I don't know, how much money did Tampa make off the Super Bowl, right? How much of the economy was booming this past week because of the Super Bowl? And the mayor of Tampa, she's got the mask police. I'm not kidding. She has the mask police out in force looking to identify maskless people. Listen.
Everyone knows that simply wearing a mask dramatically reduces the spread of COVID-19. And I'm proud to say that the majority of individuals that I saw out and about enjoying the festivities associated with the Super Bowl were complying. We had tens of thousands of people all over the city. Downtown, out by the stadium, Ybor City, down here in Channelside, and very, very few incidents. So I'm proud of our community, but those few bad actors will be identified.
Okay, the bad actors are the maskless. I know you're accustomed to hearing bad actor used to describe someone from ISIS or Al-Qaeda or another terrorist organization. But now bad actors are those who are without masks, and they will be identified, the mayor of Tampa says.
And very, very few incidents. So I'm proud of our community, but those few bad actors will be identified, and the Tampa Police Department will handle it.
Wow, so the mayor of Tampa is sending the Tampa police out to identify those who are without masks.
There just has to be that level of personal responsibility. You can supply everyone with a mask, advise them of the science behind it, and expect that they are going to abide by the mask order. Again, you're going to find a few that don't. The majority that I saw were wearing masks.
And if you didn't have one on, we're going to get you. Wow. Wow. What is that? Is that not frightening to people? Obey. Don't ignore science. They're all hiding behind science. Really? When does a child inside the womb have a heartbeat and brain waves? It's not like they're denying that science. They pick and choose the science they like, right? And then they hide behind it to push their agenda. And if you don't support their agenda, you're anti-science. So she's got the mask police out. That's great. 1-888-GO-CANE-1. Good morning. You're on the radio.
How you doing? That lady sounds ridiculous.
Well, she should be run out of office. I mean, she should be praising the NFL. She should be praising Governor Ron DeSantis for bringing the Super Bowl to her town and injecting much-needed revenue into her city. And instead, she's got the mask police looking to identify and apprehend those who dare not wear a mask.
Right. Some of these people, I'm not knocking. I mean, I wear a mask. I work where I have to wear a mask. I don't, but it gets to the point where some people act like these people, like the Democrats, or the ones that talk about it, they act like they want to, like it's a fashion statement. None of us like wearing it, but at the same time we're wearing it, because you get told to wear it a lot of times in places, but it's like, these masks, I don't know, they think that these masks are going to, like they're like the science behind it and all that nonsense.
Well, listen, things are different today than they were last year. We're in a different place now because we have testing, we social distance, we're washing our hands all the time. We're taking a lot of precautions. And in America, this is, I thought, was a free country. And what they're doing here on the left is they're using all of these things to get back control of the people. We got too uppity. We elected Donald Trump in 2016. And we got too uppity, and they need to get us back under their thumb.
Right, and all these states places that close down are all, it's just too coincidental, ran by Democrats. So I mean, that's been mentioned before in other places. But the thing you're saying about the trial, I'm not going to watch it, but I'm going to DVR it because I got to go to work soon. But according to the TV guide, I didn't look at every channel, but it looks like CNN's. They exactly put on the thing second impeachment trial Trump or whatever. So I'm assuming maybe today, like you said, I'm not disagreeing. There might be a bunch of nonsense, but they're labeling it as that, and then tomorrow will be I guess it's a 2 days.
Well, how can you have a trial? No, it's going to be quite a while. They're going to have 2 days of just procedural discussions on whether or not it's constitutional to have it. That's going to be the first 36 hours of it, believe it or not.
Yeah, it should be. Probably going to be, I don't know, you going to watch any of it? Or?
Well, I have to be informed so I can talk about it. Yeah, I have no choice. I have to suffer through this crap so I can discuss it intelligently.
It looks like it's on from, according to the TV guide, maybe it's not, I think the other guy, Lester, was saying 12.
Did you say TV guide? Do you still get is that still a thing, TV guide?
No, I don't have TV. I'm talking about when you go to, I don't know if you have Comcast, when you look on there, it says, it has it split into 3 different times because I guess they have, so it says 9 o'clock to this time. So it's on. It seems like it's on.
Well, the television news ratings are down significantly. CNN's dropped 40% lately because Trump's not in the news every moment of every day. So they're trying to, that as much as they hate Trump, they need Trump, and they're trying to use Trump to boost up their ratings. And, the ratings of television news are very important. Their advertising dollars that they receive every day are based on the ratings of that day. So they're trying to inflate their television ratings using Trump again. They hate him, but they need him.
Right. One more quick thing, that pillow thing with that guy, whatever his name.
Oh, David Hogg is gonna start a liberal pillow company to compete with Mike Lindell. Yeah, MyPillow.
And I was reading the guy. I guess whoever's funding him or with him. There's supposed to be. I guess the guy's like in his 30s, whatever, young kid.
Yeah, some tech guy or something. I don't know. Yeah.
I was reading that he has maybe as much as $1 million to $5 million. So I could see him getting involved in.
Well, let me tell you this, okay? First off, has David Hogg given up on ending gun violence and gun control? Now he's going to be involved in pillows. Here's the thing, okay? You know, Mike Lindell. When I heard about Mike Lindell and MyPillow for many years before I had one, and I thought, come on, a pillow's a pillow. Until I got the pillow, and I slept on it that first night, and that patented fill is amazing. Mike Lindell searched and searched and searched for the perfect pillow. He invented that patented fill that's inside the MyPillow. What's David? David. He just can't go out and have a pillow and say this is the David Hogg pillow and sell it. The MyPillow is amazing, and it's an amazing. Yeah, isn't it? And mine's over 2 years old, and it's like the day that it came in the mail. It's I've tried every other pillow there is, with cotton, with foam, the bamboo pillows, everything else. So if the David Hogg pillow comes to be, I'm going to get one, and I'll do a sleep test between the David Hogg pillow and Mike Lindell's MyPillow, and I'll share the results with you.
I don't think his pillow will last that long. I could see him with this guy losing money and then causing.
Well, the reason, to me, it seems that the reason that they would get into the pillow business is that even Democrats love to sleep on MyPillow products. You know, so that they're trying to give Democrats an alternative to supporting Mike Lindell. That's why I tell you guys, Mike Lindell is under tremendous pressure, and his company is too, because of his strong support of President Trump. And this just tells you how much they're trying to stop Mike Lindell, that they're trying to develop a liberal pillow to compete with Mike Lindell. Mike Lindell's pillow and his products are not political. He just wanted to get the best night's sleep you could ever get, so he developed all these things. He didn't go out and say, I don't know who the big pillow people are before him, but they're liberal Democrats and we're going to have a conservative patriot pillow. This isn't a patriot pillow or a MAGA pillow. It's the most comfortable. It's just the perfect pillow.
Yeah, anybody can buy his pillow. He doesn't go on the commercial and say only selling pillows to certain.
Exactly. Yeah.
I have a pillow. A couple of months back, I got one of those Tempur-Pedic beds, and I don't know why, but in my house we got pillows as well, and I have like the MyPillow on, like a double pillow.
Yeah.
And that pillow, you could buy probably, several MyPillows for the price of one of those pillows is like over. They had a buy one get one free. I think it was like $200 for a pillow.
Yeah, my daughter got me a bamboo pillow once because I was trying to get a good night's sleep, and she paid like $200 for it. Yeah, well, I guess I paid for it because she had my credit card. But you know what I mean. And that bamboo pillow went in the garbage. It didn't work. But the MyPillow. So I'd like to know, what is a liberal pillow?
I guess the one coming out by.
No, I mean, what about it would say, oh, okay, I'm a Democrat. I don't want the most comfortable night's sleep I could ever get on the MyPillow from Mike Lindell. I'm going to get the David Hogg pillow. I'd like.
They'll probably buy it, because they'll remember him on TV with the gun.
I don't know. It seems very strange. All right, hey, listen, take care. I got to run for a break, but it's very strange. We'll be right back. I thought we'd be right back. Yes, we'll be right back.
Brian Craig here. I've been telling you for years how great MyPillow products are, but don't just take my
Steve Kane
word
Show.
for it. This is one of our listeners, Todd. He bought
Todd.
the MyPillow mattress topper, and he called us live on the radio.
If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, guys.
The MyPillow mattress topper.
Yeah, I'm calling you testimonial about my pillow topper.
You ordered the MyPillow, the mattress topper?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Well, I was thinking about buying a new mattress because my old mattress was getting old. So my wife's like, why don't you try that pillow, that mattress top? So I went on, I used your promo code Cheney. I got a great price. Got it home, and I've been using it for the last 3 nights. It's fantastic.
Oh,
I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that.
I talked to other listeners with the
I've seen
MyPillow
that.
mattress topper, and they come in all sizes. The mattress companies have turned into con artists. When I was a kid,
mattresses were two-sided. You'd have the mattress, then after a while you'd flip it over. Now you can't flip mattresses anymore. They don't make them that way anymore because people weren't buying mattresses enough. So the mattress company stopped making two-sided mattresses, and mattresses are expensive. I've had to buy a new mattress, and mattresses can cost well over, just for a regular normal mattress, over $1,000. So that MyPillow mattress topper is a big savings. It saves you from buying a new mattress and turn your whole bed into a MyPillow.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I really love it. I sleep really good.
Well, that's great. Well, I appreciate that. And you guys out there, remember, promo code KANE, K-A-N-E. Now, when you use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at MyPillow.com, save 30% off your MyPillow mattress topper and receive 2 free MyPillows. But you got to use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E. 30% off the MyPillow mattress topper. Turn your old mattress into a big MyPillow mattress. Promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at MyPillow.com.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWNN.
All right, welcome back, everyone. My name is Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show. Did you hear about this Democrat columnist for the LA Times that called Trump supporters Nazi sympathizers and Hezbollah? Listen to this. Let me read this article. This is in the Daily Mail today. Megyn Kelly is leading criticism of a Los Angeles Times columnist who compared her neighbors to Nazi sympathizers and Hezbollah because they backed Donald Trump. Now, I'm a little confused about this. I thought the Democrats liked Hezbollah. I thought that they were always out there sympathizing with Hezbollah. But anyway, the Brooklyn-based author Virginia Heffernan wrote in Friday's LA Times that the Trumpites next door to their pandemic getaway in upstate New York had plowed her drive after a snowstorm. Of course, on some level, I realize I owe them thanks, and man, it really looks like the guy backdragged the driveway like a pro. But how much thanks, she wrote. Yes. She's 51. She was at the New York Times for a long time, a television critic over there. And she went on to compare them to Hezbollah and Nazi sympathizers, even though they shoveled the snow from her driveway. You know, this Trump derangement syndrome has gotten out of control. It's so interesting to me how the left operate. The left will tell you there's so much against stereotyping people, right? Prejudging people, prejudice, right? Prejudging people, stereotyping people. All they do is prejudge and stereotype people. You're white, you're evil, you owe an apology. You voted for Trump, you're a Nazi, you're Hezbollah, you're a terrorist. That's all they do is prejudge people and stereotype people while they're claiming they're against it. All right, let's go back to our phones. It is coming up on 25 minutes after the hour. It's Tuesday, February 9th, 2021. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631, 888-465-2631. I'm using this new microphone today. I've listened a couple times on the radio, and it sounds spectacular. Those of you that are not on YouTube, because on YouTube you're not hearing with this mic, those of you that are listening on the radio or one of our online platforms other than YouTube, you're hearing me on the new microphone. So your feedback on the new mic, I would very much like to hear. And if you're watching on YouTube, this is the new mic I have. You guys can... I'm using a new microphone because the old mic was in front of my face when I was streaming on, I know, Vane, right? The old mic was covering up my face when I was on the YouTube live stream. I've gotten a lot of complaints over that in the past few months, so I finally went out and did something about it. So now you can see my whole pretty face while we're on YouTube Live. It's not blocked by a microphone arm that is in desperate need of a paint job. All right, let's go to Doug. Conservative Doug, you're on the air.
You know, it's funny. That's exactly what I was going to tell you. You look so much better without that. Yeah, it was a good mic, but it was in your face all the time. This mic, you sound exactly the same. I don't know what brand it is, but man, sounds just like the top end mic that you're using. Very good. And
you can see my whole pretty face.
Now I don't know how it's going to be. I know when I wear headphones for a long amount of time, it kills my ears. Is that comfortable for you?
I have to wear headphones all the time. I keep my headphone volume down as low as possible because, see, when I first started in radio, I'd meet these old-timers who were like my age probably at the time, but I was like a teenager, and they were all deaf. But they were all music radio guys, and I thought, oh, you know, talk radio, you don't have to worry about that. And then Steve took me out to dinner with Bob Grant, and Bob Grant, you had to yell into his ear for him to hear. And I was sitting right next to him, and I thought, oh my goodness, this guy's been doing talk radio his whole life, and he's deaf, so I have to wear headphones to do the show because I got to monitor all the audio, but I keep the volume very, very low. But even I am a little hard of hearing. Although my wife and daughter think I pretend to be hard of hearing so that I can ignore them probably. But I really am a little hard of hearing. Yeah, because of the headphones on my line. Yeah.
Headphones, whatever.
So let me play something for you though. Okay, let me play this clip. Joe Biden was doing a Zoom call with Kamala Harris with one of these frontline workers, and I want to play this clip. I think Joe Biden might be coming on to her. Let me play it for you. Is Joe Biden being creepy here? Let me play it for you. With this girl, listen.
Are you a freshman at the university?
No.
You look like a freshman.
You ever seen a grown man naked? Is he being creepy? Is he coming on to her?
The sound went off. I couldn't hear it.
You can't hear it? Okay. Let me try again. Let me try again. Hold on. Let me play it again. All right. I'm playing it now.
Are you a freshman at the university?
No.
You can't hear that? You heard that one. Okay. Let me go back. Is he coming on to her?
Are you a freshman at the university?
No.
You look like a freshman.
You look like a freshman. Are you a freshman? It sounds like he's being creepy to me, and Kamala Harris is on the screen. She looked uncomfortable with it.
Well, you know, Joe never knows what he's talking about.
And what is it with now he's talking about college freshmen, of course, but what is it? What is the freshman thing all about?
Either she's supposed to look so young, or
freshman or a senior in college, you're still 100 years old, man. What difference does it make? Come on, man. That's pretty sleazy, creepy.
Or maybe she's not very educated, so she's a freshman. Maybe, I don't know.
Oh yeah, Joe Biden's concerned about the intelligence of women. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Well, the other thing I wanted to mention, you said that this mayor from Tampa.
Yeah.
Said about the mask and the science. I don't know, maybe I'm hearing the wrong thing, but from what I hear is that the mask, even the left is saying you should wear 2 masks, maybe 3 masks, because the holes in the mask are too big, and the virus can go right through a mask.
Well, I don't know. We don't really know. I think I had this conversation with someone yesterday on the show. It may have been on Friday's show. I can't remember if it was yesterday's show or Friday's show. But this year is the first year of my life I've not had a cold or a flu. So I can only and I get at least 1 or 2 a year, sometimes more, and I can only assume it's because of all the extra precautions I've taken, which include wearing a mask. I know that's only anecdotal, but you know. All right, Doug, take care. Good morning. You're on the radio. Good morning. Hello. Yes. Yes, you're on the air.
Hi, Brian. This is Dan from Coral Springs.
Hey, Dan. How you doing? I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm doing great. Listen, I'm calling for the first time, and the reason I'm calling is that I normally would listen to you here in South Florida on the radio station 103.9.
Yeah.
Coming out with a different station.
Yeah, they took 103.9 off, and so if you're going to listen to us on the radio here in South Florida, you've got to either listen on 96.9, 95.3, or AM 1470. But they took down 103.9 for some reasons I'm not going to share with you. But they took down 103.9, unfortunately. But you can get us on 95.3 FM, 96.9 FM, or AM 1470.
Yeah, and I just found that out this morning because I was on 96.9. I was trying to figure. I knew you were on a couple other stations.
Yeah.
So I was turning the dial, so I got you on 96.9.
Yeah. What do they have on 103.9 now? What are they doing on that station?
So it's kind of like a hybrid. I mean, it's got a talk.
Nah. It sounds like they're not carrying anything. It sounds like it's picking up something from far away on that signal elsewhere. It's like bouncing over there. Yeah, so you can listen to us on 96.9 FM, 95.3 FM, or AM 1470. I don't know which one will be the better signal for you in your area in Coral Springs, but when you figure it out, let me know.
Yeah, no, 96.9 is even better. So that's what I'm...
I usually listen on 95.3, but 96.9 is a very, very good signal, too, for us, yeah.
Okay, and I have a question, a political question and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Then regarding with Ivanka Trump and her husband buying that place down in, I guess off of Fisher Island in that little exclusive area down in Miami,
mm-hmm.
do you feel that there's a chance of her running for senator against Marco Rubio in a few?
No, I don't think so. No. Ivanka, I like Ivanka, but she's like a debutante. She's not like I don't see her in a debate, and no. The only way I see her running for that seat is if little Marco retired, and he's not. He's got nothing else to do. You know, when he ran for president in 2016, he says, "I will not run for the Senate." He lost the primaries, and he gave an interview which was so sad. He was in his driveway cleaning up the leaves, and he was thinking of the terrible thought of having to get a job, and then one of his were to leave the Senate, and that's not going to happen.
And what are your thoughts as far as with Lara Trump?
Now, Lara Trump, that's another deal. Okay, Lara Trump, she's another deal. Okay, because I've seen her on television many times in debate situations. She is very, very good. And she's also an athlete. She's in marathons and stuff all the time. And yeah, she's brilliant. She's great on her feet. She is an incredible debater. She's got a future in politics. But little Marco is going to have that seat as long as he wants it. Yeah.
I have a good feeling as far as with Lara Trump running. Eventually, she's smart, she's sharp, and she's really into it and so forth.
Oh, yeah.
Just one.
All right, well, take care, man. All right. And since you're in Coral Springs, stop in the Wings Plus over there on Sample Road, lunch and dinner, all right? Oh, if you're on hold, don't go anywhere. We're going to take our break here for the bottom of the hour. 34 minutes after is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. We'll be right back.
Low prices Friendly Tire has on new tires.
Steve Kane Show. Hey, Richie.
At Friendly Tire in Margate.
Hey, Brian. My name is Mike. Just wanted to call and say thank you. I had a problem with my car. I had a flat tire. It was going down really quick. I'm in Coral Springs. I had to go somewhere close by. They couldn't really fix it. So I remember you guys were talking about Friendly Mike at Friendly Tires. So I said, listen, Mike, I need a couple of tires. I told him my son. He goes, I got them. I go, I'll see you tomorrow. They were really cheap. I go over there, and Mike said, which tires do you want to replace? They look relatively new. I said, they are. I just got a big hole in that one. And they said they couldn't be fixed. He goes, pull your vehicle in. I pulled the vehicle in. He took the tire off. He pulled out the plug that the guy in Coral Springs put in there, and he heat shielded it. He kind of patched it or whatever they call it. I don't know what they call it. And he goes, you don't need any tires. He goes, I fixed that one. Give me $20. But the guy in Coral Springs wanted $500 for 2 tires. I just wanted to say thank you. I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day.
Give Mike at Friendly Tire a call right now. We'll give you a quote right over the phone. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. Don't waste time going anywhere else. You will never find prices as low as Friendly Tire in Margate.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate.
Those of you that are new here, make sure you subscribe, click that notification bell, and everyone in the chat, please give me a thumbs up and share the video on all your social media. That all helps a lot. All right, welcome back. 36 minutes after the hour. I'm Brian. This is Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. 1-888-GO-KANE-1's our number. Richie the bus driver, good morning.
Good morning. did you by any chance listen to my message yesterday about Steve with the referee?
No, I did not. So you're talking about the lady referee at the Super Bowl?
Yeah, let me say this to you. I was rooting for Kansas City. I thought Kansas City would win, so I wanted to get that out of the way.
Well, so did Joe Biden, so there you go.
Yeah, that being said, okay, I watched Kansas City play Buffalo. I don't want to bore the people. And you could see the Kansas City defensive backs were grabbing the receivers for Buffalo all day long. I mean, they were on top of them. They didn't give them any space. They just were grabbing and clutching and holding, which is illegal, but they let them do it. The referees never made any call.
Yeah.
This female referee, and Steve, I hope, Steve, you asked him, he cannot deny there was not one bad call in that game. Every call was on the dime. You know what it was? She called every clutch and grab that they made, and she didn't let them get away with any of it, and everyone was legal that she called. In other words, sour grapes for Steve.
Okay.
I understand. Most referees let the guys play. She was strict with this, and they didn't know what to do with her. I mean, the holding and the grab.
Well, probably not use her too much in the future, I guess.
Well, she was excellent. She was excellent. She called the game. She didn't let the guys grab and clutch. And the rules are, she followed the rules. So she didn't let them get away with breaking rules. Now, as for her politics, Joe Biden was flirting. Kamala looked uncomfortable. But you want to know, this is all a big soap opera because the guy's been in power for 3 weeks and he's done everything for China and the communist government of China and nothing for American workers.
Oh, well, yeah, that's right.
You can't. I mean, I would. If Al should call you, ask him what has he done for the American working person. What has he done to help people in this country? I mean, this guy is a disaster, man. I can't believe.
Well, it's like, I was talking about this on the show last week. Biden's sole purpose in the presidency is to make sure that his family is set up financially forever, because this is his. He's not going to have he's too old to run again. So, and he really only has a short amount of time where he can make all these deals to enrich his family so they never have to work. His family's a family of bums. None of them have, the only jobs they have are phony jobs they have through Biden's connections. So he knows when he's out of politics and everything that they're in trouble. And I imagine all that money that they got, all that Burisma money and all that stuff, it's probably pretty much gone, or a lot of it is. They spent it like lottery winners. So he's out there trying to set up his family, and he would tell you that, well, I'm the head of my family, I'm supposed to do that. He would justify it.
Well, it's not just him; it's all of them, including a lot of Republicans. And I'm going to say this about Lynn Cheney. I mean, she was on Sunday and she doubled down on blaming President Trump for this.
Yeah.
She's a disgrace, man. I mean, she's literally a disgrace. Think about this. She went with Nancy Pelosi, who's a total liar. I mean,
well, look. Lynn Cheney. It took her weeks and weeks to decide whether or not when she was running for office, if she was going to disown her sister because her sister's gay. So that tells you, and the liberals love Liz Cheney right now. They're not mentioning her homophobia even inside of her own family. Who the hell has to sit around for weeks to decide if they're going to disown their own sibling because they're gay? Liz Cheney. Now all of a sudden she's a person of high moral character, according to the left.
Well, this impeachment trial, if I watch it, which I probably will, just to be...
I love this mic. I can walk all over the place with it.
All right.
I can walk back here and sit down. I can do the show back here. This is awesome. I do have a chair. I just don't use it.
Everyone that bashes him, every Democrat, is a total...
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, we'll find out. All right, Richie, appreciate the call. Good morning. You're on the air.
Hey, Brian. It's Carl in Columbus.
Hey, Carl. What's up?
Hey, I was just thinking, this Super Bowl win for Tom Brady was another Trump success. I mean, not only did he mentor Tiger Woods in, coming back to win the Masters, but Tom Brady's a good friend of Trump's, and his support through the years has led.
Listen, the reason there was a Super Bowl, Trump is the reason there was a Super Bowl this year, because Trump backed Governor Ron DeSantis here in Florida, and only Florida could host this Super Bowl. These other places around the country, they're still shut down. Florida's open, and we've got the weather for an outdoor game. Only Florida could have had the Super Bowl. So thank Donald Trump for your Super Bowl, people.
Exactly. But, I was glad that Tampa Bay won, just because I wanted to see Tom Brady win, because he's a good friend of Trump's. So.
Well, I wanted to see him win because I'm in Florida, and I'd like to see Florida win, but I really don't care about the Super Bowl. But I do care that, what Governor Ron DeSantis did was show the rest of the country that you can be open. And, the national media, not just the sports media, but the news media were here covering the Super Bowl. And I was listening to, I forgot the guy's name that does the show with Dana Perino on Fox. I forgot his name. He's been there for many years. But anyway, I was listening to these reporters that were in Tampa from New York, because the New York media were all here in Florida, and they felt free and liberated. That some of them were a little uncomfortable because they haven't been in a free society for a year, and being in Florida for a few days was a big wake up call to what life used to be like and what it can be today. And that Super Bowl, that it was here because of Donald Trump endorsed Governor Ron DeSantis here in Florida, may be the moment that opens up America.
When friends of mine from here in Ohio go down to Florida for vacation, they always post pictures on Facebook and stuff saying how good it feels to have freedom and.
Well, I was a couple weeks. I know I mentioned this on the air a few weeks back. There's these. A couple weeks ago, there's these YouTubers I watch. They're vloggers that vlog Disneyland in Anaheim, California. And one of them is a TV guy who works behind the scenes on television shows like The Price is Right and stuff. And their YouTube channel is called Best Life and Beyond. And it's all about Disneyland, right? Disneyland's been closed. So a couple weeks ago, it was the guy's 50th birthday. They flew to Florida to go to Disney World for his 50th birthday. And they're in California. They're locked down. I've been watching them. They live in Malibu. And I've seen them over the course of a year. Their personalities have changed because there's so much. There's a lot of situational and clinical depression setting in with Californians. And I watched them go to Walt Disney World and walk down Main Street, USA, and they were in tears. They were like had their arms around each other in tears because they were free, and they were here for about a week, and they went back to California, and guess what? They came back to Florida again. They're here this week because they're under lockdown out there. They're prisoners, and just to have that little bit of free, and that's the kind of sense that I was getting from the New York media that were in Tampa for the Super Bowl, is they had a little taste of freedom again, and what life can be like. And to go back to be in a place that's totally free, and then go to East Berlin in 1967, what it was like in that time is big difference, man.
Hey, I just wanted to let you know I've been enjoying the producer Michael videos that you mentioned.
Oh, that guy's good. Yeah, he's good. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Is that guy rich or what?
I know. And then there's another one that kind of is a Timepiece Gentleman. He's pretty good too.
Yeah, there's a guy I watch on YouTube. His YouTube channel is called Producer Michael. He's an Englishman who lives in Beverly Hills, who made a lot of money in the music business. And on YouTube he does a modern day version of Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, except he's buying everything. And I mean, I watched this with my wife, and I almost, when I was first getting involved in this kind of business, I almost went to California, and I told my wife, I said, man, I watched this. Sometimes I think, maybe I should have gone to Cal. I didn't know how much money was in that business out there.
Yeah, well, I like that show, and check out Timepiece Gentleman too.
Timepiece Gentleman, okay.
he's a big fan of producer Michael too, and he buys and sells expensive.
But this guy here, it's how it plays into what we're talking. Producer Michael, he does this, like I say, this Richie Rich show, and I just can't believe how much money is in the music and television business and movie business. It's crazy, more than I ever imagined. I knew they were rich, but I didn't know this. I really didn't. And well, yeah, he did a video a week or two ago. He's thinking about leaving California because of not just the taxes and everything. They got so much money, and it's the lockdowns, and the lockdowns that are going down out there. The amount. If I were a therapist like Dr. Lemaski, I would be making plans to move to California. That per capita, they have more depression in California than anywhere else in this country, except maybe New York, city.
Did you hear that Miami is becoming? They're trying to make Miami the cryptocurrency hub for the world.
Oh, really?
The mayor of Miami is thinking about paying people in Bitcoin.
Oh, okay.
Big on the 6th, they held this big conference down there with like 4,000 CEOs on using Bitcoin for their businesses and investments.
Well, I don't know. I'm not a financial person, but to me, it seems like a made-up thing, right? And the powers that be are never going to let the government's money doesn't exist anymore. It's all digital numbers and computers. It's not like the old days of hard cash. But the governments will never give up control to some guy, some tech guru, making their own currency. It's just never going to happen.
I think. Well, what they're doing with Bitcoin is just using it like you do gold. Okay, for a value. It's not going to replace the dollar. The dollar is always going to be used for spending.
Yeah. Well, this thing with Elon Musk this week, he bought a huge percentage of Bitcoin, and he's going to let people buy Teslas with it. I just don't see that. I don't see that becoming I think it's a fad, but I could be wrong. I thought when I was in middle school, there was this friend of mine who was all into rappers, and I remember telling him, rap, it's going to be just like breaking. It's going to be out next year, and then look at it. So I'm wrong all the time, but it seems to me to be a fad.
The way you look at it is, Facebook is a digital network for your pictures. Okay, in your social. Bitcoin is a digital network for your money. So if Facebook stock is worth hundreds per share.
Yeah, but what did we find out from GameStop last week? About how things can be manipulated. The Bitcoin. And Bitcoin's only one digital currency. There's many others, Ethereum and others. The reason, again, this is just my layman's opinion. Okay, we got to get a financial guy on the show to talk about this, and I could be totally wrong. I'll talk to maybe we'll have an expert. Steve and I are actually meeting with a financial expert tomorrow about coming on the show, so maybe we'll have him on the show to talk about this. But I think Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies might just be valuable because people are holding on to it. If people started turning it back into money, real money, it would drop like a rock, I would imagine. And eventually that's going to happen.
Happen when people sell, but with so many institutions starting to put their money in, it's not as volatile as it used to be.
Yeah. All right, well, listen, I got to run, but appreciate the call, all right? Take care. Carl in Columbus. Okay, we'll take our break here. It is 10 before 8. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest running radio show. We'll be right back.
This is Dr. Mitchell Matez. I'm excited to announce that my practice has morphed into the BioStation and will be formally known as BioStation West Delray. To all of my existing patients, please be assured that you will continue to receive the same quality and personalized care that you are accustomed to. The only change is to a spectacular new location and an incredible array of anti-aging, health, and wellness modalities. We will be located at Atlantic Avenue and Lyons Road in the Joseph's Market Shopping Center, directly across from the Delray Marketplace. Call me at my new office number, 561-320-8893. That's 561-320-8893.
Hi, Brian Craig here. You've heard Dr. Mitch Matez and Steve Kane's wife Lori talk about their COVID testing. Any lab test now of Boca and any lab test now of Coral Springs. I've been tested too. So is Steve Kane and his son Tyler. Today on the radio.
Now again, those of you that are new here, make sure you subscribe and click that notification bell. We're here live every morning on the radio from 6 till 9 a.m. Eastern, taking calls. But I upload my podcast here. I do live streams elsewhere. I'm always uploading content here. So make sure you're subscribed. Click that notification bell, and so you'll know when I upload new content.
Go in and get the test, say I don't have the COVID. You know what I mean? Instead of dealing with all the wonder.
They give you a piece of paper. So yesterday, I have to.
Yeah, the new mic, I'm loving it. With this mic, I can walk all over the place. I'm not tethered. I do have a cord on the mic for YouTube, but it's pretty long.
Any lab tests now of Boca and Coral Springs, they're good people, and we're very lucky to have them.
They're very caring and full of information.
First we had a doctor recommendation from Dr. Mitch Matez. Now we have a rabbi. Rabbi recommended any lab test now of Boca, any lab test now of Coral Springs for your COVID testing. Yeah, that's great. Rabbi recommended.
Any lab test now of Boca and any lab test now of Coral Springs. Rabbi recommended.
Here we go. Coming back.
Rabbi David for COVID testing. Rapid coronavirus testing, just $69. But you have to mention you heard them on the radio. Any lab test now of Coral Springs is located on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood near the Coral Square Mall. Their number, 954-906-5983. Any lab test now of Boca is in the Sandalfoot Plaza where the Western Beef is. Their number, 561-237-5009. Make sure you mention you heard them on the radio.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWN.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Yes, I'm Brian Craig. You're listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, the Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. So, you know, this is, I saw this on the Gateway Pundit yesterday. Senators Schumer and McConnell reach agreement on Trump impeachment trial. It says here, top senators Chuck Schumer and Mitch McConnell announced Monday they reached an agreement on the framework for Trump's impeachment trial, which begins today, but today's just procedural stuff. The real stuff will begin later this week. You know, I can't stand the Republicans. You know, these Mitch McConnells out there make me say, I don't get upset at Pelosi or AOC or Schumer or any of these other jerks. I don't. I get upset at the Republicans for not standing up. You know, Mitch McConnell should not be cooperating. This trial is not a legal trial. This trial does not have a judge. Why is he cooperating? Why is he making an agreement on the... There should be no framework. They have, you know, Kamala to do a tiebreaker vote. Let them do it. They're going to do it anyway without the Republicans helping. In fact, I'll tell you this. That not only should the Republicans not cooperate, they should vote, they should sit there with their backs to it. They want to be there because we want them to be able to vote. But you know what? Maybe they shouldn't even be there. Maybe they shouldn't even be there. If they don't show up, they don't all have to be in the chamber, you know. They probably aren't all going to be in the chamber live anyway because of all the social distancing guidelines that are going on. They should not even be in the chamber during it. There should be no cooperation on any framework. It is illegal. It is unconstitutional. This is a political persecution, not a trial. You don't even have a judge. You made a juror a judge. What is this cooperating on a framework? Would you cooperate with it? I wouldn't, and Mitch McConnell doesn't have to. They'll still do it. But why is he cooperating? Why? Because they all hate Trump. They want to rid the world of MAGA, and they want to and Mitch McConnell cannot wait for a resolution to be passed forbidding Trump from holding federal office in the future. And a lot of this is a warning for other political outsiders. Don't get involved in our game. or you'll be just like Trump. And I got to tell you, Liz Cheney is a real lowlife. This is Liz Cheney with Chris Wallace on Fox News.
There's a massive criminal investigation underway. There will be a massive criminal investigation of everything that happened on January 6th and in the days before. People will want to know exactly what the president was doing. They will want to know, for example, whether the tweet that he sent out calling Vice President Pence a coward while the attack was underway, whether that tweet, for example, was a premeditated effort to provoke violence.
Wow. His tweet calling him, was that a premeditated effort? Liz Cheney, how could it be a premeditated effort if the violence was already taking place at that time, by the way? I mean, come on. Come on. That's one of our Republican leaders. And they have this question they all like to ask them. How would you vote if you were in the... Oh, I would listen to the evidence. There is not one member of the Senate who does not know how they're already going to vote. This is not a trial in many ways, and the jury has already made up their minds. It's pretty disgusting. Pretty disgusting. I will be watching it because I have to watch it so I can talk to you all about it. But the first couple days here, this isn't the real trial. What's going to happen the first couple of days is both sides arguing whether or not it's constitutional to have the trial. But I'll tell you this, one thing about the Republican elephants have a long memory. I have a very long memory here. And I will remember every Republican who betrays us, including these Republicans in the House. Marjorie Taylor Greene, what they did to Marjorie Taylor Greene last week was disgusting. She did not have the support of the Republican Party. I mean, look at what's going on here. There's this, you've had two members of the squad this week. You've got AOC who was caught lying about where she was and the danger she was not in during the breach. She accused Ted Cruz of trying to murder her. She won't retract any of that. There's a news story with Ilhan Omar where a huge percentage of her campaign, I've heard different percentages, all very, very high, of money she's spending is going to her husband's political company, which means it's going to her because they're married. Her new husband, not her previous husband, the white guy she's married to, who's a political strategist or campaign guy, I don't know, does something like this. And she's paying the vast majority of the money coming into her campaign to her own husband, which is paying herself. Because the way it works in my family, I get a check, Steve gives me a check, I give it to my wife. That's it. I have no money. That's how it goes. All the money that comes in to the family is the family's money. So Omar is like paying herself, right? When she pays her husband a huge chunk of her campaign money. Are they talking about taking her off of committees? No. Will they? No. Because the Republicans are always making deals with the Democrats. They always are cowering. And you know what? Other than Donald Trump, it's always been this way. Even the great Newt Gingrich. When Newt Gingrich was Speaker, it was a disaster. A disaster. That's one of the reasons he ended up leaving Congress. But, the one thing that made Trump so popular in the 2016 campaign and beyond is that he was able to do something Republicans never could do before. And that was command the narrative of what the issues were. The Democrats were always prior to Trump setting the narrative. And the narrative means the media messaging and everything of what was important, what you should be concerned about, what should be done on everything. Trump commanded the narrative the entire time he was in the public square. And now, these are the old days. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Jewish space lasers, she never said that. That is a lie. All right, let's take our break for the top of the hour. We'll come back with our third and final hour right after this. If you're on hold, don't go anywhere. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE, 1-888-465-2631. We'll be right back.
AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Hi, this is Dr. Mitchell Matez. I'm excited to announce that my practice has morphed into the BioStation and will be formally known as BioStation West Delray. To all of my existing patients, please be assured that you will continue to receive the same quality and personalized care that you are accustomed to. The only change is to a spectacular new location and an incredible incredible array of anti-aging, health, and wellness modalities. We will be located at Atlantic Avenue and Lyons Road in the Joseph's Market Shopping Center, directly across from the Delray Marketplace. Call me at my new office number, 561-320-8893. That's 561-320-8893.
This is Steve Kane for attorney Barry Siegel. Barry did a great job for me and my family when we needed a revocable living trust. Listen to one of our listeners, Ray, talk about his experience with Barry Siegel.
I want to praise Barry Siegel. And one of the most important things about sponsors is integrity. You have to know that you're dealing with an honest person. I had to go up to Myrtle Beach with my sister because her husband died, and I was helping her out. She had a trust and everything. She had not revised this trust since 1997. And Barry says every 3 years at least you gotta. I called Barry's office because I had a question. I let the secretary know. I said, look, I'm calling from South Carolina. I know the laws are different, and I'm just asking for information for my sister. Now, most people would just blow you off, right? Almost immediately, within a few minutes, Barry himself called me. I asked my questions and so on, and he answered. He was very patient. I was quite a while with him, and talking about a lot of things, and this and that. But I wanted to say, character, integrity, these are the most important things with sponsors, and all of your sponsors, because I've dealt with a lot of them, they all have that you can...
Welcome here. I'm just reading an article I'm going to talk about when I get back about Parlor. This is disgusting what they're doing.
Toll-free 1-855-FLA-37.
Make sure you subscribe, guys.
That's 1-855 toll-free FLA-3782. Tell them Steve sent you.
Homeowners, would you like to save money each and every month? Of course you would. We all want to save more money. But how? By calling I Will Advisors, that's how, at 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080. And have their expert team review your homeowner's policy. I Will Advisors will review your policy at no charge. Most homeowners never review their policy, but it should be reviewed every year. You commercial property owners, same goes for your property insurance policy. So what are you waiting for? Call I Will Advisors and start saving money. 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to...
All right, we're coming back.
Call toll-free 1-855-FLA-3782.
You are listening to South Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. To call the show toll-free, dial 1-888-GO-KANE-1. That's 1-888-GO-KANE-1. And now, here...
All right. Yes. All right, third and final hour has begun, coming up on 5 minutes after 8. I'm Brian Craig. This is Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1. We've had some spectacular callers today. Hopefully that'll continue. We're being joined by Steve Kane. You with us, Steve?
Yeah.
Okay. See? It's all working. Told you. Yeah. Yeah, I told you. It would work. They would fix it. We had a problem yesterday. Boom, and they fixed it. Yeah, I was just reading this article during the break. This is a scary world we're in. Parlor, the Democrats shut down Parlor because it was an alternative to Twitter, and the House Democrats, who, by the way, control the House, so this is significant. House Democrats are demanding that Parlor, this is the social media company that billed itself as a competitor to Twitter, turn over a list of its investors, a list of its creditors, and they want information about the offer made to Donald Trump to become a part of it. And they want also Parlor to hand over any agreements they have with any Russian individual or entity, and all information involving financing and investments connected to Parlor, because Parlor was going to be a competitor to Twitter. What the left are doing is getting really frightening. It's getting really frightening, Steve.
I don't understand all this stuff on it.
Steve Kane Show. Well, what it is there's they've got they control the message on Twitter. through all different types of ways. There was an alternative Parlor. So since there's alternative source of place to communicate, they've shut it down. And now they're on a witch hunt for anybody that was involved. See, what they're doing is, one of the board members for Parlor, his wife is originally from Russia. And so they're using that to claim that that Parlor is a Russian-backed or Russian-supported company, because one of the guys is married to an immigrant who is originally from Russia. But I got to tell you, Colonel Vindman, who was one of their key witnesses against President Trump in the earlier impeachment, he was born in the Soviet Union, in the Ukraine. You know, I mean, I just because somebody was originally from Russia, I tell you, these Democrats, they're a bunch of lowlives. All right, well, let's go to our phones. 1-888-GO-KANE-1 is the number. You're on the air. Go ahead. Oh, there you go. Lot to say there. Good morning. You're on the air.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen.
Oh, hey, Greg. How are you?
Hey, Greg. Good. Hey, Steve. Listen, as far as the Super Bowl being held down here, Brian, they planned these things probably 5 to 7 years ago that it was going to be held in Tampa, and we would have had probably less fans or no fans in the stadium because every NFL.
No, if this Super Bowl was planned most anywhere else, it would not have happened. It only happened because of Governor DeSantis. No, they would not have allowed the Super Bowl. In fact, DeSantis is even trying to get the Summer Olympics moved to Florida. You know?
I don't know if we have the facilities to support all those events. But that being said, you know, as far as we're living in scary times, the media is so we don't have a media any longer. We don't have any objectivity. We don't have any reporting. AOC, if that was a Republican, we all know they'd be kicking her out. They'd figure out some law she broke by taking advantage of a crisis.
Well, what Nancy Pelosi and AOC are doing in Congress is very dangerous. AOC has said that Ted Cruz tried to murder her. And Nancy Pelosi had a press conference the other day talking about the need for more security for Democrat House members because they have dangerous people that are members of the House itself, meaning Republicans that supported Trump, and that Republican members of Congress are making Democrat members of Congress less safe. You know, what they're doing is very dangerous.
It's like state-controlled media. That's what we're coming down to. It's Democratic-controlled media. You know, they own each other, and it's scary times. If it weren't for conservative talk shows like yourself.
What are you calling us with from the side of the road? That's the second car that's driven by.
I'm walking for exercise. I'm down a small road too, but yeah. So listen, how are things ever going to change? You know, I mean, over the last.
Yeah. How are they going to change? Everything's in cycles. Everything will change. All right, Greg. Thanks for the call. I wanted to play some audio here. I had a couple things I wanted to play here. Let me see. Hold on. I'm just looking for it here. Let me find it. Oh, okay. Yeah. This is Jen Psaki, Biden's spokesperson, yesterday with Ducey. And, Ducey's he's the only person that asks any questions whatsoever. And yesterday, the union head, what's his name, Trumpka, criticized Biden for laying all these guys off, put them out of work before he had jobs for them to go to. And Steve Ducey asked Psaki about it yesterday.
Energy. When is it that the Biden administration is going to let the thousands of fossil fuel industry workers, whether it's pipeline workers or construction workers, who are either out of work or will soon be out of work because of a Biden EO, when it is and where it is that they can go for their green job? And that is something the administration has promised. There is now a gap. So I'm just curious when that happens, when those people can count on that.
Well, I'd certainly welcome you to present your data of all the thousands and thousands of people who won't be getting a green job. Maybe next time you're here, you can present that.
Okay. And she goes on, just no sympathy at all. They had a press conference at the pipeline construction site 2 weeks ago saying the site is closed, we're all out of work. And they're not trained to go build solar panels in Arizona or wherever they're building them, by the way. So, they don't even look at people as people. You know, they're just numbers on a page. I've never seen a president so uncaring about people that they purposely put out of work before as Biden. You know, I've never seen anything. All right, our number 1-888 go Kane 1 888-465-2631. You with us, Steve? I thought I might have lost you there. Okay, all right. I thought I lost you. Okay. I mean, I haven't seen this guy has put more people out of work in his first month in office than any other president in history, and they don't even seem to care. They just make little cute comments about it. You know, I've never seen anything. I've never seen anything like it, unless it's a serial killer bragging in court about what they did. I mean, it's just they just have no empathy for others at all, and they don't care. So what? You're out of work and your car's being repoed. You're going to be foreclosed on. You know, there's some green jobs somewhere in the world, and, you know, if you can find where they are, go apply, you know. And your $80,000 a year job, go take the $12 an hour job, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine, you know.
As you talked before about cycling, how long can this go on as a pattern day after day after day? And things, I have a feeling, I mean, I don't know if they're going to get better or worse, but I don't see things getting rosy anytime quickly, and you know the question is, how long is it before the public mood sours?
Well, I don't think Biden cares. Even among this is what I was saying this earlier and last week. Biden's sole purpose to be president is to set his family up financially for the rest of their lives, because he has a family of bums that don't work. And he knows he's too old and feeble to have a second term. He doesn't care about winning or losing the midterms. He doesn't care about re-election, because he knows he's not going to be able to run in 4 years. He's just too old and checked out. So every time he does something like put all these guys out of work, there's money that his family are making somewhere else, and that's all he cares about, is setting his own family up. I mean, he's taken his Burisma corruption to an all-new level. He does not care what he's there for 4 years. He doesn't care what the public thinks, because he's not running again, and he doesn't care about any. You think Hunter and his brother are ever going to have jobs? Ever? No. So that's what he's doing here. So you know, he doesn't care that the unions are turned against him.
Pick a word right now to describe the public mood in one word. What would that word be?
Towards Biden. Oh, hostile. People are very upset about it. Yeah.
And what direction do you think it will?
But they're going to become more angry at Biden. But since he's never going to run again, he doesn't care. You know what I mean? He has nothing to lose. All he's doing is making his family rich. If he's not going to run again, what does he care? He doesn't care. You know, he just doesn't. I mean, you know, yesterday Biden did something. I'll play this audio here. He did something with this healthcare worker yesterday that was creepy. He was doing a video meeting with Kamala Harris with this healthcare worker, and he starts coming on to her.
Are you a freshman at the university?
No.
You look like a freshman.
Oh my goodness, he's getting all excited talking to her. College freshman, by the way, so if people are wondering. I mean, he's like coming on to this girl. He's a sick, twisted man who does not care about public opinion or perception, which we've never had in a president before. Every other president cares about the midterm and getting reelected. This guy isn't concerned about any of that. All right, our number 1-888 go Kane 1. You're on the radio. Good morning.
Good morning, Brian, Steve.
Good morning.
You talk about the president trying to set up his, as you say, bum kids who probably couldn't do anything on their own outside of the umbrella of their prominent father's stature, correct?
Oh yeah, he's trying to walk us down a garden path. He's walking us towards the Trump kids. Go ahead, play radio host.
Exactly where. Man, you are great. That is exactly where I was going. I thought you might have been looking at the.
Well, it's not. Excuse me. It's not that Brian is great. It's that you are so pathetically transparent.
I'm still great, but it's not. My greatness isn't what's doing this.
Transparent.
Okay, let me give you an example. I'm glad you brought up the Trump kids. No, let's talk about the Trump kids. Slow down. No, you asked a question. Do you want a response to it? What, Colin? No, I didn't.
Interested in this phony corruption by the Biden family, yet you just whitewash.
What phony corruption am I talking about? You talking about Ukraine?
Years of the Trump Spilskin corruption.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
That 45 will never.
Yeah. Okay. Now, can we respond now?
Are like corruption number one. I don't know why you're so.
He's not going to.
No, that's okay.
He knows you're going to lower the hammer.
Okay. Wait a second. You said, can you share with us you say the Trump family are corrupt? Excuse me. You've got nothing but words. I haven't responded to anything you've said.
Nothing but words and nothing to say.
Give me an example. Okay, give me an example. Excuse me. Oh, he's into the orange face now. Is he getting? Are you getting aroused when you say orange face again? It sounds like you get turned on when you say it. Give me an example of immoral corruption among the Trump children.
Right.
Give me an example of immoral corruption among the Trump children.
Is that really what you do? Somebody has a counterpoint, and you only wait to you.
No. You.
Insult?
Excuse me. You providing he's not going to stop talking.
That's okay. We're here every day. Can you? Okay, caller. Listen. Give me. Hold on. I'm going to put you on hold because he won't stop talking. While you're on hold, okay. I'm going to put you back on the air. I'm going to ask you a question now. You say there's no family more corrupt than the orange-faced man's family. Give me an example of corruption with the Trump children.
Here's the feedback.
The feedback is you can't think on your feet. Give me an example of corruption among the Trump children.
Was that a serious question?
Yeah, let's hear an answer. Should be a home run for you.
Okay. Listen, let me give you a call back tomorrow.
Oh, call back tomorrow?
You got nothing today.
You got nothing today.
Idea in your head before you call.
So you can't think of any. So you cannot think of any corruption among the Trump children. You have to go Googling it.
It's about as debunked as your voter fraud.
No. Give an example. Okay, he'll call back tomorrow. Oh my goodness. Yeah, is that a serious question? I'll have to call you back tomorrow after I find it online. I saw the Trump kids work. I used to watch the. By the way, Steve, the volume in your headphones is really loud, or you don't have your headphones both on your ears because I can hear the audio in the headphones. I used to watch the Apprentice, Donald Trump's Apprentice, and his kids were the co-host of that show, The Apprentice, and it was really interesting. The purpose of it was you had two competing teams that were completing tasks, and the Trump kids would come, and Trump was the final judge, but the Trump children would oversee the teams, kind of mentor them a little bit, and visit them on their projects throughout the episode. And I remember there was one episode in particular. There was a new Trump building that was going to be opening up, and each team had to decorate and stage a condo for the real estate agents to show prospective buyers. And Eric Trump came in and inspected the work they did, and it was so poor. He said, if I did work this poor, my father would fire me, and I'm his son. You better fix this or you're all going to get fired when you get to the boardroom this week. And Don Jr., I've heard on many interviews, his phone will ring at 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. He'll be in bed, and his dad will ask him why he's not at the job site. Why is he in bed still on Saturday morning at 7 a.m.? So, they work very, very hard. Hunter Biden, on the other hand, I don't think can say the same. But tomorrow, that guy says he'll call. You think he'll call back tomorrow with examples of Trump kids' corruption? No. All right, listen, let's take our break. It's 20 minutes after the hour. I'm Brian. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. Steve's here with us. We'll be right back after this. Do not go anywhere.
You've heard Steve Kane, Richie the bus driver, and many other Steve Kane listeners tell you about about the great work Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental Care offers. Steve Kane listener, hey, called in, he had an accident, he went to Dr. Gupta, and he told us his story.
Good morning, Brian. My name's Hank. I'm calling from Hollywood. Brian, I'm calling you for a different thing. About a month or so ago, I called first thing in the morning because I fainted coming out of my bathroom, and I busted my 3 front teeth. I busted my chin, but I guess I fainted, I fell, I cracked my chin, it hit my upper teeth, and cracked my 3 front teeth. I want to thank you, and I really want to thank Dr. Gupta. I mean, besides the fact that my teeth look great, besides the fact that, you know, his assistant is really good, really nice, they're all really nice over there, the price was unbelievable. When I came home and I told my wife, she's like, I thought that thing was going to cost you 3 times as much. I said, so did I. And I just want to thank you. I want to thank Dr. Gupta. He's awesome. Appreciate your show. I listen to your show a lot. I only called in, this is the second time. Both times, one was to make sure I'm going to the right office where Dr. Gupta was, and then this one to let you know that he's great. I know you know he's great. I just want your listeners to know he's great. His assistant is great. The prices are great. Everything is great over there.
Awesome. Well, listen, I'm glad you had a great experience with Dr.
Yeah,
Gupta.
I did. Thank you again, Brian.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, and thank Steve, and you guys keep up the good work over there. I appreciate it. Dr. Gupta, you keep up the good work, too.
All right, there we go.
So everybody keep up.
All right, I think you guys just heard what will be the new commercial for Dr. Gupta.
Do what Hank did. Call Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental. For Steve Kane listeners, free consultations. And always the best price. Give Dr. Gupta a call right now. 954-922-4633. 954-922-4633.
Hi, this is Dr. Mitchell Matez. I'm excited to announce that my practice has morphed into the BioStation and will be formally known as BioStation West Delray. To all of my existing patients, please be assured that you will continue to receive the same quality and personalized care that you are accustomed to. The only change is to a spectacular new location and an incredible array of anti-aging, health, and wellness modalities. We will be located at Atlantic Avenue and Lyons Road in the Joseph's Market Shopping Center, directly across from the Delray Marketplace. Call me at my new office number, 561-320-8893. That's 561-320-8893.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on radio. Just search for WWNN.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. 24 minutes after the hour. I'm Brian. Steve, you with us, Steve? You're fine. Your mic is fine. The problem was your headphones were up too loud earlier, but your mic is fine. But I'm not hearing myself in the headphones. You know, I was just reading here. I went to school back when we lived in a free country. Now, my understanding is, like in the, you know, because I've watched a lot of trials on TV, like OJ and all this stuff. When you're on trial, you have a right to choose not to testify, right? It's called the right against self-incrimination. You don't have to testify. If you're on trial, you cannot be commanded to testify. You can choose to testify, but you don't have to testify, right? That's your right as a defendant. It's up to the prosecutors to prove the case, not for you to prove you didn't do it. And that's the way things have been. Typically, if there's a trial where a defendant testifies, usually they're very guilty and insane, because that's the thing that crazy people do, right? And guilty people do. So President Trump said last week he's not going to testify in this impeachment trial, right? The Democrats, they're threatening President Trump. Democrats threatened to punish Trump for not testifying at impeachment trial. You know, I hear these legal analysts on television, and none of them, you have a trial without a judge. They made a member of the jury the judge. They're going to punish a defendant, Donald Trump, for not testifying. This doesn't sound like the justice system I learned about growing up. This is like East Germany or the Soviet Union style justice system to me. I've never heard of. You're going to punish a witness because they won't testify at their trial? Today's going to be very boring, Stephen, on TV for the impeachment. I hate to tell you. Because the first 36 hours, which is going to be that could be 3 or 4 days, right? At least 2 days. Each side is going to argue whether or not an impeachment trial is constitutional. So you're going to get lawyers up there arguing the constitutionality of a trial of a former president. That sounds boring to me. That sounds that's what they're going to do today.
I don't think anything that has Donald Trump involved in it, that's an exchange of ideas, is going to be boring.
Yeah. Sounds like college law school lectures to me. But what's coming up later, though, when they get past all this procedural crap, is going to get exciting, because the Trump legal defense, okay, in this, they say, because the Democrats are going to show the Capitol breach video. So the Trump lawyers say they want to show the Antifa violence videos and Black Lives Matter violence videos in places like Ferguson and out west and things. And then I'm imagining they'll show people like Kamala Harris and Joe Biden defending it and offering to bail them out and justifying it and everything else. So that'll get exciting. But the constitutional monologues sound pretty boring to me that are going to take place today. But I think McConnell's a real piece of work here, man. This guy's a real jerk. I mean, for him, the Republicans should not even be cooperating with the process. And McConnell, it was reported today that he and Schumer reached a deal on the framework of the trial yesterday. He shouldn't be agreeing to a framework of anything. The trial is illegal, and they shouldn't have it. And the Republicans should not be cooperating with Schumer. But the truth is, McConnell wants Trump punished just as much as Schumer, maybe even more.
I think they're both flying by the seat of their pants, and the only one that knows what direction he's going to go is Trump.
Well, Trump's not going to be there, though. It's going to be his lawyers. If Trump, I don't know. It's pretty upsetting to see how the Republicans are. They cooperated with punishing Marjorie Taylor Greene last week. They're cooperating with Schumer and Kamala with this fake trial that starts today against President Trump. These are disgusting low-life. I'm not mad at any of the Democrats. It's the Republicans disgust me. They should not even be. They should sit there in silence with their backs turned. It would be. It'd be a protest as opposed to going along with it. Yeah, at least that would be some action instead of seeing Mitch McConnell. We've come to an agreement and we're going to go and this is the way we're going to listen to the. These people are low-life scum in the Republican Party, and of course he's going to be acquitted. But they're going to pass this resolution forbidding him from holding federal office again, and that's
court.
Yeah, that'll go to yeah. That won't be on TV though; it'll be in federal court. But what they're doing this week in this impeachment trial is disgusting. They filled the streets with soldiers to make it look like an armed camp, so that the television will have this image of Trump making D.C. so unsafe that they have to have even more soldiers there protecting it. It's outrageous what they're doing. The breach was wrong and it was very violent, but there hasn't been a single incident since. And I saw the Shaman Viking lawyer on CNN last night with what's his name, Fredo, Chris Cuomo, blaming Trump, and the Shaman was just following orders from his president and all this nonsense. This is disgusting. They're talking about having the Viking testify in the impeachment trial.
Really?
Yeah, I don't find it funny. I think it's terrible, Steve. I mean, I know it. I think what they're doing is so outrageous. I don't think we've ever experienced anything like this in our time. They're trying to wipe the MAGA movement from society. I mean, that's what they're doing.
What they're doing, number one, they are trying to wipe out the MAGA movement. There's no question of that. But on the other hand, at the same time, they have to be evolving a new method that I don't think will thrive as long as these people that they laughingly call the Biden administration are setting it up. I think they're the ones that are under pressure.
Yeah.
I leave it to Trump and his attorneys to make that point very.
Go Kane 1 888-465-2631 888-465 2631. We'll be back right after this.
Did you know there's a 25% chance that you will develop a foot ulcer at some point in your life? And foot ulcers, when you have diabetes, can lead to severe health consequences up to and including amputation. Now, Medicare recognizes the importance of preventative foot care and has provided coverage for those of you who are at-risk patients. I want to introduce you to my good friends at the Soul Authority. At the Soul Authority, at little or no cost, you can receive your very own pair of therapeutic shoes made specially for diabetics. You're probably not aware, but as a diabetic Medicare recipient, you are entitled to one pair of high-quality diabetic shoes with 3 custom inserts per year. These are not the ugly Frankenstein shoes. These are name-brand shoes. They're stylish. They'll provide you with the extra width and extra depth to stop diabetic foot problems before they begin. Oftentimes, amputation due to diabetes is preventable, and one of the preventable
Steve Kane Show.
that is most effective is wearing the proper shoes. Call the Soul Authority
Steve Kane Show.
at 954-597-7060 or
Hello.
online at thesoulauthority.com. That's TheSole authority.com. Tell them Steve Kane sent you.
Brian Craig here. You've heard us talk about the great low prices Friendly Tire has on new tires and used tires. They also do tire repairs. Listen to one of our listeners talk about their experience at Friendly Tire in Margate.
Hey Brian, my name is Mike. Just wanted to call and say thank you. I had a problem with my car. I had a flat tire. It was going down really quick. I'm in Coral Springs. I had to go somewhere close by. They couldn't really fix it. So I remember you guys are talking about Friendly Mike at Friendly Tires. So I said, listen, Mike, I need a couple of tires. I told him I thought. He goes, I got them. I go, I'll see you tomorrow. They were really cheap. I go over there, and Mike said, which tires do you want to replace? They look relatively new. I said, they are. I just got a big hole in that one. And they said they couldn't be fixed. He goes, pull your vehicle in. I pulled the vehicle in. He took the tire off. He pulled out the plug that the guy in Coral Springs put in there, and he heat shielded it. He kind of patched it or whatever they call it. I don't know what they call it. And he goes, you don't need any tires. He goes, I fixed that one. Give me $20. But the guy in Coral Springs wanted $500 for 2 tires. I just wanted to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day.
Give Mike at Friendly Tire a call right now. We'll give you a quote right over the phone. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. Don't waste time going anywhere else. You will never find prices as low as Friendly Tire in Margate.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll-free 1-855-FLA-3782.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for it.
All right, we're back. I'm Brian Steve here. So today what happens in the impeachment trial is each side takes their turns arguing the constitutionality of the impeachment, and then they vote, and they just need a simple majority to move forward, and then they'll tomorrow start the the trial. Okay, this is what Trump's accused of. Okay, incitement of insurrection is the fundamental charge behind the impeachment article. The impeachment managers are expected to show Black Lives Matter Antifa footage. The problem is that on the television, when they show the Antifa and BLM people, they're not going to be holding Biden-Harris flags, and the Democrats are going to show the breach video, and they're all holding Trump 2020 MAGA flags. It's going to be a big show, and then they'll vote. But when they do this procedural vote, which could be today, on whether or not to move forward, they only need a simple majority. I wonder where Romney and these rhinos will vote. Will Romney vote that the trial is unconstitutional or that it should move forward? Yeah, because he's a lowlife. And so anytime you see a Republican vote to move forward with the trial. And can write their name down on a piece of paper and just remember it, okay? Because all these cockroaches are coming out, and they're going to tell you who they are, right? These John McCain wannabes, and it'll probably be more than just Mitt Romney too saying move forward. Yeah. Yeah.
But this will be over, and then they'll get to the more exciting part. I mean, I agree. The part where it becomes more adversarial is going to be more interesting. But
yeah. I don't think it. Yeah. Really? How's Biden in trouble? Yeah.
Well, he's got a dysfunctional administration that each day gets worse and worse and worse. He's having trouble holding his own people together.
Yeah.
The fact that Trump broke ranks yesterday, that's significant. And it's not going to get better because you've got a guy trying to run an administration who is incompetent.
Yeah.
It's only going to get worse and worse and worse. And the administration people are going to get more and more testy. And it's going to be, I don't see him. Do you see him making it through this first year?
Oh yeah. He'll be there. Oh yeah. Yeah, he'll make. He's not. Yeah. Oh yeah. He doesn't have to do much. They're using the COVID restrictions to keep him out of the public too much, right? You can't go anywhere. You can't travel. He had a foreign trip. He was going to go to the UK. They canceled it because of COVID. So they're going to use the COVID to give him an excuse. Yeah.
Funnel around and try to bluff their way through it, but it's not going to work, and it's going to get bad so worse.
Well, this is the way the trial. This is in CNN. Unlike the last impeachment trial, senators will not be required to sit at their desk throughout the proceedings due to COVID-19. The senators will be watching from the gallery above the Senate chamber or in another room watching it on television. So the senators are not going to be in the chamber during the trial. After Tuesday's debate and vote, House managers will have 16 hours over 2 days to make their presentation beginning Wednesday, followed by 2 days for Trump's lawyers. Senators will then have 4 hours to ask questions submitted in writing to both sides, and the Senate could debate and vote on whether to subpoena witnesses, though it remains unclear whether any will be sought for trial. And then they'll take the big vote, convict or acquit at the end of all of that. And masks, this is probably going to upset the left more than anything. Masks will not be required to be worn while on the Senate floor, which will be very good because you can tell the Republicans and Democrats apart. The Democrats are with the masks. It's like shirts and skins back in PE, right? The Republicans will have no.
I will say it's going to lose a lot of drama if everyone's wearing a mask.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to get any drama.
Yeah, well, I want the masks off so we can know who the bad guys are when this goes on. Yeah.
I would reconsider everything I'm saying if it's masks on.
Yeah.
It'll be unwatchable. But I think the people who are promoting this production, I don't think are doing it to sit up there all day and have their television audience looking at a mask.
Well, to me, it doesn't. The reason I don't see it being very dramatic is because the outcome is known. Right? I mean, he's going to be acquitted.
The outcome is we win.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah.
Would you rather have it the other way around? I don't know if you thought this through very carefully, but this guy Biden is on a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Out of control.
Now, I'm just upset about the whole thing. This is a political persecution, is what it is. It's not a trial, and no one and in the media, the media hate Trump and they're desperate for the ratings, so they're promoting this as a legitimate process, and none of the legal analysts on television are telling you that this is unconstitutional, it should not happen, and that the outcome is predetermined.
There'll be plenty of people
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what's with you today. You really have taken all the
Yeah.
good news and turned it into bad news.
I don't think the impeachment trials are good news.
Look, Trump. First of all, it's up to us, our side, Trump's side, to make it good news. All right, they're not going to do that for us. We're the ones that have to present the argument in a way and answer questions in a way that wins back public appealing towards Trump. And Trump has been out of sight for people who starved to see him. They don't know.
Yeah.
The public doesn't know what to expect in terms of outcome, and it's going to be fun to watch. I think Trump take these people apart. It may have some slow periods in the beginning, but in the end, it's going to be them versus Trump, and my money goes on Trump. What's made you give up on Trump here?
I haven't given up. I know he's going to win. No, I know he's going to be acquitted, but they're going to pass a separate resolution that says he can't hold federal office in the future, and they're going to make that stick because the media want it to be true, and they'll find John Roberts or some other traitor federal judge to uphold it, and this is all about stop. And I'm afraid, yeah.
Then is Trump going to take the stand?
No, he said he's not going to testify. Now that would be exciting. That I would be looking forward to seeing that. But no, he's not going to take the stand. So he's not going to testify. Yeah, he's not even going to be there. If he was going to be there, that would be different. That would be different. You know. But since he's not even, maybe unless he surprises us and walks in, because he does have a right to face his accusers, he could be there.
He does have a propensity for doing the unexpected.
Yeah, and if he's planning on being there, he probably, for the dramatic effect, wouldn't tell people. He would just show up. That would be amazing. Now that would be exciting. If President Trump walks in, I'll be excited.
You really tell me you think the day's going to go by and Trump's not going to?
They're not going to carry him. He's not on social media. And, where's he going to speak? He did.
Trial speak.
But he's not going to be there. He's not going to testify. So he's not going to be there. And he's not on Twitter. So he's going to have to do everything through. In fact, during the last trial, their first impeachment. Now again, he was a little busier than he was running the country during the first impeachment. But he didn't speak out during that trial either. I don't even really remember the first impeachment trial. It was so non-eventful. But oh, look, I looked at the clock. Listen, we got to take our last break of the day. We'll come back with the Gold Report right after this. Don't go anywhere.
AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network, WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Do you think you've come in contact with someone who has coronavirus? Steve Kane's wife Lori did, and she went to any lab test now of Coral Springs to find out if she has coronavirus.
So I came into contact with somebody who tested positive for COVID, and I was scared, and I needed results right away, so I went to any lab test now in Coral Springs. It was great. I didn't want to have to stay in line for 2 hours and have a swab stuck down my nose into my brain. It was very pleasant. I made an appointment. They got me in within the hour. I was out of there within 20 minutes. Thank goodness the test was negative, and I can go back to work tomorrow. They also tested me for the antibodies, and I haven't been exposed. So do what I did. Go over to any lab test now at Coral Springs. They give great rates for Steve Kane listeners, and tell them we sent you.
It's worth 15 minutes of your time to have peace of mind and know that you and your family are safe. Any lab test now of Coral Springs is located at 955 North University Drive on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood near the Coral Square Mall. You can call them at 954-906-5983. 954-906-5983. Any lab test now of Boca is in the Sandalfoot Plaza where the Western Beef is, south of Palmetto Park Road and north of Hillsboro. Call them at 561-237-5009. 561-237-5009. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for W.
Oh, excuse me. All right, we are back. Steve, it's your favorite part of the show. It's Gold Report time. Steve Kane Show.
And in all those 50 years, I never remember it being as exciting as it is now. William, what's it looking like?
Gold is looking very good. In fact, all the metals are looking very good, Steve. The markets have, gold and loan has gone up over $50 in the last 2 trading days. And we're very proud of our Steve Kane listeners last week who took advantage of that nice little dip and buying opportunity that we've had. The metal yesterday closed up $15.10, closing out today at $1,830.30. That's after getting as high as $1,840 and as low as $1,806. Good closing day. Silver was up 49 cents, closing out the day at $27.23. The high for the day was $27.87. Platinum up $30 yesterday, closing at $1,153. High of the day was $11.78. And palladium was down $12 at $22.62. This morning we got gold even higher again, up another $15.60 right now on a weaker U.S. dollar. High oil prices. Gold at $1,846 the ounce. That's up $15.60. Silver up 32 cents at $27.55 the ounce, while platinum is up $22 at $1,175, and palladium is down $20 at $22.42. U.S. dollar is weaker today. The dollar index around 90.6, and that should the weaker dollar should continue to fuel gold to go higher.
Yeah, and just a couple days away from Valentine's Day, and William Youngerman has a great collection of jewelry of all kinds and watches that would make incredible Valentine's Day gifts, and the price is very, very affordable, just a little bit above the metal prices. William Youngerman, located in Boca Raton, is open weekdays 10 a.m. till 5. The number over there is 1-800-327-5010, 1-800-327-5010. Online, WilliamYoungerman.com. And the address is 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca. That's just east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto Park Road on the first floor of the Bank of America building. All right, William Youngerman, we'll talk tomorrow.
Two dealers that have all the precious metals in stock.
Oh, yeah. That's right. That including silver. Okay, don't believe those things you read. They have it at William Youngerman. All right, William, take care. We'll talk tomorrow. All right, you too. You too. All right. Okay, you want to take some calls, Steve? All right, our number 1-888-GO Kane 1-888-465-2631. Good morning. You're on the air.
Hi. Good morning. This is Joellen from Fort Lauderdale.
Yes.
Hey, Joellen.
Hi. How are you? What about if Trump went on Rush Limbaugh's show sometime this week? He's gone on there before.
That'd be great.
Millions of listeners. Maybe they could get him on there.
He should be filling in for Rush for the week. That would be great.
That'd be great.
Rush's studio is like walking distance basically from Mar-a-Lago. Well, it's at a secret, undisclosed location, which I'm not permitted to tell people. But it's not too far from Mar-a-Lago, and that would be awesome. You're talking, here's the thing, okay, about Trump. He's not on social media, but I haven't seen him on Newsmax TV. Greg Kelly from Newsmax spent the weekend playing golf with President Trump this weekend. So, I don't know why we're not seeing President Trump on Newsmax responding to things. I'd like to see him over there. Or with Tucker or Hannity.
People are just dying to hear from him, but is it allowed for him to come on?
Yes, it's America still, isn't it? Yeah, he can go anywhere. Well, the thing that what do you mean allowed? What do you mean is he allowed?
I wish he would come on your show.
I do too. He could drive. He's welcome in our studio any day of the week. Absolutely unannounced. Just come on in, Mr. President. We'd love to have you. We'd love to have you. Right, yeah.
The other great news is Todd Schnitt's off the radio, as far as I know.
Oh no! What happened?
No idea. Buck Sexton replaced him.
I don't think that's good news. I don't like to see anybody out of work. I don't take pleasure in people being out of work because I don't like them.
Yeah, but you know what? I think what happened was, he was bashing Trump all that time, and so they replaced him, and who wants to listen?
Well, I wouldn't be so sure he's off the air. I'll look him up and see. He may be on more than one radio station. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Todd Schnitt.
Glad I don't have to listen to him.
Well, you never had to listen to him. Well, you never. Exactly. So,
There's not too many stations on it.
Listen. Come on. I hear this from people all the time, right? They hate us, but they listen every day. For years, some of them even decades. So don't say that you had to listen to him. In some way, you got a thing for Todd Schnitt.
I didn't listen to him. I didn't. Just because he was on wasn't.
And he's still on the air in Tampa. I'm on Schnitt's website in Tampa. He's on in the afternoons on AM 1010 and 92.1 FM. In Tampa still. So sorry to burst you. He's still on the air. Just not on your radio station.
I just am glad I have a Buck Sexton to sit.
I've never heard Buck Sexton. Is he one of Glenn Beck's guys?
He's a CIA guy.
Oh, I know who he is. Yeah. I know who he is.
Far better than Schnitt.
Well, that's not saying much. But I don't. How long have you been listening to Todd Schnitt? Nah, you listen enough to know. Yeah, come on. You've called me many times about him, including today.
You know what? The only reason I listened to him is only to hear what he had to say.
Oh.
And I would turn it. Definitely, I could not listen for 3 hours.
Oh, well, you didn't listen for 3 hours, but how many years ago was the first time you turned on Todd Schnitt?
He came on.
Okay, so you've been listening to him since the beginning of his career. How can you say you don't like him?
Well, you have not.
How many years have you been listening? How many years? To Todd Schnitt. The first time you heard Schnitt.
I never turned on him.
Well, then how'd you know he wasn't on this station anymore? If you don't turn him on, how do you know he's not on? Because you were turning on for Schnitt, and he wasn't there.
My radio goes all day. I love talk radio. And when that particular station comes on, I think it's 610 he was on.
Yeah.
So that's the only one that was on.
Okay.
Until Joe Pax comes on.
Okay.
Not listen to him, believe me.
Okay. Tell yourself that. Hey, listen. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. She's a big Schnitt fan. She's a big Schnitt fan. Oh, look who we have on the line. Speaking of radio, guys. Richard Pearl, host of Richard Pearl on Politics, which follows the Steve Kane Show every weekday at 9 a.m. on this radio station. What's going on your show, Richard?
Well, I'm good, thank you. I'm glad both of you are on. I heard the little segment on Todd Schnitt.
Yeah.
2000, I was on WINC, and I was, whoever the director of the station was, I said to him, "Why is this man on the air? He's terrible. It's the worst I've ever heard." And no, it's funny because once in a blue moon, I'm driving home, and there he is, and this is a man who has literally nothing to say. Surface conversation would be something he should aspire to. He's less than that. I don't understand how that man actually has a show for 3 hours. He must have pictures of somebody naked somewhere, because this is a man that has absolutely zero talent.
Oh, yeah.
Zero would be an improvement.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. And yeah, he's not very. Yeah.
This is this guy. He must be. The staff must be like they must get paid to put him on, because I don't know how anyone would advertise with him. He's the dullest, least inspiring, least informative.
The complete opposite of what we are. We're inspiring, we're interesting, and informative all in one. Yeah.
By the way, so obviously we don't want to waste time with him, but it struck a chord with me because I believe I like merit, I like talent, I like people who are good at things, and he's none of the above. Your station, your show and my show is about merit and talent, so it does strike a chord with me.
Yep.
I want to tell you something. We'll have a really good show today, and both at 9 a.m. and 12 o'clock on Richard Pearl on Politics. But the more and more you see information about the vaccine, the more...
No. Wow. Mm-hmm. Wow. Mm-hmm.
Incredible sea moss. It's a purple sea moss that we get from Zanzibar, Africa. It's the most perfect region in the world for sea moss. And we sell it in the dried form, but she also makes it. Most people don't like to make the sea moss because it takes a little work. And most people, when they eat it, don't like the taste. If you taste this purple sea moss the way my wife made it, it actually is delicious. It's something you would want to drink or eat rather. Not look against eating it because of the taste. It is delicious.
Well, what's the benefit of sea moss? Because I know you talk about sea moss a lot.
92 minerals of the 102 our body needs, and it helps with energy. It helps with the immune system. It helps balance out our bodies. So much of our existence is tied to minerals, and we're depleted in so much of it because our soil has almost nothing.
Well, we're running short on time, so listen, everyone. Couple things. Richard Pearl's show is up next on this radio station. His store, Simply Natural, which is just filled with the best nutraceuticals you'll find anywhere, like the sea moss he's discussing, is located in Sunrise, just north of Sunset Strip on the east side of University. Open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. till 9. The number over there, 954-741-4045. We're all out of time. Don't touch that radio dial. Richard Pearl up next on this radio station, guys. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow at 6.
96.9 South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network, WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Okay. All right, guys, listen, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe, all right? And click the notification bell. And everybody that's in the chat, do me a favor. Give me a thumbs up. That would be really spectacular. And if you're feeling extra generous, share the video on all your social media. Facebook, Twitter, Gab, whatever you're on, Telegram, whatever you're on, share the video. That thumbs up, that subscribe, it brings me lots of new people, and I would greatly appreciate that. And if you're new here, we're live 6 until 9 a.m. Eastern every day, taking your calls and our radio listeners' calls here on the radio. But I upload a lot of other content here too. My podcast, which is another show I do apart from this one, I upload here, and I upload videos all the time on my YouTube channel here, guys. So everyone, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care, guys.